About to go live on YouNow and YouTube with Vegan Cheetah is going to be my guest here. We're going to debate his definition of veganism and other odd things he's been saying the past few weeks. So watch, 8 p.m. Pacific time. It's about to start. All right, just uploaded it. Just uploaded to Instagram. So hopefully people will follow along there. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, a little nervous. Never done a debate on YouNow before. I've gotten to some discussions here as guests come on here, and I'm just kind of get ready, get warmed up. I told Cheetah to show up about a couple minutes after 8. Just let people kind of wander in here, and yeah. So if you haven't heard, there's going to be a live debate with between me and Charles, Vegan Cheetah, and hopefully it's going to go on fine. Meaning he doesn't have good Wi-Fi right now. He just moved to LA, where he's staying at. He doesn't have good Wi-Fi, so I convinced him just to use the cellular on his cell phone, on his mobile phone, which I've done a few times. I went to an Ethiopian restaurant and did a live, almost 2-hour broadcast there and had no trouble. So hopefully he'll have no troubles with his cell connection. And what am I going to say? So yeah, that's it. That's the only little quirk there. Hopefully it's all going to be technologically cool. But yeah, I'm hosting this. I have the solid internet connection here. So hey, I'm glad everyone's showing up. And I just want to let people know, if you're watching on YouTube on our channel there, cool, thanks for joining. You can see it. This is really being broadcast from our YouNow channel. So it gets simulcasted on YouTube at the same time live. So you can watch live. If you just want to join in, grab some popcorn, watch. But if you want to participate in all those comments going along the side there, you got to come over to YouNow. So we're on YouNow. Our channel name's Happy Healthy Vegan. So come by if you want to join in the chat. I'm not sure how much we're going to interact with you guys in the chat tonight. I'm going to try, but this is going to be a debate. And Cheetah just texted me to see if I was live yet. So I'm going to let him know that I'm on right now. I'll say just got on. And give me a couple more minutes. I want to chat with you guys here. You guys. Then come. All right, so I want to let people know too. There's very different styles of debate. There's the kind where, like, Jerry Springer, you throw chairs and you call each other mofos and stuff like that. And then there's the kind that, I've been in my whole life, like in college. I debate people. We don't call each other mofos. We don't throw chairs at them. We try not to insult and stuff like that. Try to stick to the facts, to the logic. So if you're one of those people out there that has extreme hatred for Charles or anyone, we're probably not your channel. We're just not the kind of people that are just going to get dragged down in some kind of Jerry Springer craziness. I've been trained in philosophy, as you guys might know. I have a bachelor's degree, almost a master's degree, and that's how I proceed. Logical to the facts. I don't do personal attacks. So if you want me to, if you're having a war, is what I'm saying. If you're having a war out there, a vegan war, don't pull us in, because we're not that way. As you guys may or may not know too, I've been Buddhist for most of my life too. So I just don't get sucked into aggression and violence. Even when I'm playing my aggressive sports like basketball, fights are breaking around all the time. I find a way to chill people out, even when it's directed towards me. So anyway, I'm not going to join a war. I'm going to sit here and be the person I am: Buddhist, compassionate, logical, philosophical, all that stuff. So hopefully you can accept that. That said, I'm firm. When people F with me on the basketball court, I just don't back down and go, oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not like that at all. So it's going to be like that here. I'm very solid. In fact, in my philosophy classes, people used to kind of hate me because I'd rip through their arguments and just shred them. And I do it in a really polite way, but they didn't like that experience. So I'm very firm, really tough, but I'm not going to call someone a mofo. It just doesn't help my logic or my arguments anyway. So I'm going to, like I said, keep it to the facts at hand. So hopefully you guys are cool with that, because that's how I'm going to proceed. So if you guys want to ask me anything before we get started here, I want to get that out. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, come over here. so you can join into the discussion, which I don't know how much we're going to get into the discussion tonight, but we'll try some. But yeah, that is the plan. So Charles will probably be on in a couple seconds, and I thought it's appropriate time here to wear my vegan shirt once again. And yeah, I want to say what I'm planning to discuss with him are the things that I was kind of cringing at when I was watching some of his recent videos. Basically, his definition of vegan, which got a lot of people upset, and I wasn't too pleased with it. So that's why I'm here. And I want to talk to him too about these health consequences. If you go 100% vegan, he says you're going to suffer all these terrible health consequences. So I want to talk to him about that. And if there's any more room after that, we'll get into some other issues, like, he called, issues from going vegan. Like he said, Benignac went bald because of that. So I'm maybe bring some of that up. But anyway, I really want to focus on the definition of vegan and the health consequences that supposedly will come up if and when you go 100% vegan. So that's the plan. Yeah, and thanks, Hit Like a Girl. If you want to invite your friends and fans to this broadcast, go for it. So I'll let them know. We're cool. I'll tell him to come on anytime. All right. He's been notified. So, again, I'm not going to call anyone a jerk or motherfucker or anything like that. I'm just going to keep it strictly to the facts at hand, to the debate. I'm going to give you hopefully, it's been a few years, but hopefully a good demonstration on critical thinking, rational thought, and how to get into a debate with someone without throwing a chair at them, all right? So anyway, let's see if he comes out. Just let him know we're coming. So if you guys have anything you want to ask me before we get started here, he's, probably take me a second to come on and for him to get guested on here. If he tells me to suck, I really don't think that's going to happen, just because I'm not going to go that way. I'm not going to put out all this negative energy. I'm going to put out intense, rational energy, but I'm not going to put anything like that would warrant a response like that. So hopefully that's not going to happen. Let's see. Anyway, let's see. Where'd I get this shirt? This vegan shirt? I bought it a long time ago, guys. You guys, anyone buy this shirt in 2012, 2013? If you did, let people know down below, because I honestly don't remember where I bought it at. I don't even know if they make it anymore. So, yeah. Why am I so handsome? That's a good question. Oh, speaking of which, I have my headphones on tonight. I'm assuming you guys can hear me all right. Can you? Type in 1 if everything sounds cool. Maybe I'll just take my cans off and just trust it and go all natural here. So I'm just making sure my voice sounds good tonight. All right, thanks, Resident Evil XO. Thank you, guys. Awesome. All right, cool. I also brought water with me tonight too, because I've noticed when I talk to you guys after basketball, I get so dehydrated and I start feeling really tired. I realize if I just have water, I'm cool. These headphones are some old AKG 240Ms from maybe the 80s, and they've got glue and duct tape holding some stuff together, but I love these headphones. They still make them, but they're just not made the same way as they did back then. Rhea, why are we talking to him? Well, why was there going to be, there's been talk of vegan gains and vegan Cheetah debating, and it's not going to happen. But I think a lot of people, myself included, wanted to see that. So I want to kind of pick up the torch in my own small way. I can't compare to Richard, obviously, but I want to talk about these issues because they've been bugging me. This definition of vegan, this bizarre definition of meat eaters are vegans. So I think this needs to be discussed because it needs to be brought out there. So many people are talking about it, but no one's really talking to him about it. So I think I'm the guy to do it right now. So, and hopefully bring about some change. We'll see if anything happens about that. But I feel pretty confident in my arguments that I have prepared. Not prepared, but just, just from being a vegan. All right, cool. Basic Vegan Bitch is here. Good to see you. Awesome. All right, and yeah, hopefully I'll get this up on YouTube. I probably won't get this preamble in. This is just me and you just chilling out here. Yeah, popping some popcorn right on. Awesome. Jenny Shard, everyone on this planet is a vegan. Case closed. All people and animals, huh? So hopefully Charles is on his way. Maybe he's running a little late. He didn't say, but I told me at 8:05 roughly, so just a couple minutes late. But anyway, I'm glad I got started a little late tonight because Angie and I were in this room up until about a quarter till recording. We were working on our album, like I said we were going to do in January, and it's happening. We were doing vocals last night, doing vocals all this afternoon and evening. So I said, I gotta get going. I gotta get this started here. It's 11 p.m. Kelly Banana Belly. You must be on the East Coast. I haven't been to Hawaii in a long time. Last time I went to Hawaii, I had like parents involved, so I've never gone as an adult yet. So I guess I might as well just say no. But I've gone twice when I was a wee lad. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, Star Chrissy, I hope to give you what you're expecting. There's some rational and peaceful but firm responses. You know, what I believe in, and I have solid, firm, opinions. I'm not going to be wishy-washy, obviously. So I'll be firm in a non-aggressive, non-physically, non-attacking sort of way. I'll be attacking with logic. Thanks for the likes there, Stephanie. But anyway, this should be interesting. Yeah, I'm just glad this is going to happen. It's been in the back of my mind ever since I watched some of his videos. Hey, he's here. Is that really the vegan cheetah? Yeah, it must be vegan cheetah here. Hey, you ready to guest? Let's see. If you want to guest, just get in the guest queue and I will get you on here. Cool. All right, so it's on, y'all. It is on. So let's just wait for him to get in the guest queue. Get some more H2O here. Hydrate up. All right, so I'm going to just pretend this started now, so in case I put this on YouTube. So, hey everyone, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, and I'm about to do a live debate with none other than Vegan Cheetah. Particularly, I'm going to take him to issue with his definition of vegan and veganism that he's put out there in the past few weeks. I have some questions about this rather bizarre, what I find to be a bizarre definition, so I'd like to get his 2 cents on it. And other things he's talked about, like the health consequences. So let's get started. I see him in the guest queue here, and I will make him a guest. Let's see if this works out. All right, yes, this is better than TV. I hope so. I hope it's not a big letdown, huh? That's why I didn't try to build it up for like weeks or something like that. I just, kind of started it yesterday, this whole thing. So I see Charles. Does Charles see me? Let's see. I'm not hearing Charles. Are you guys hearing Charles? Let me see. I hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I guess I don't even need these. It's not echoing?
Let's see. Keep talking a little bit more there.
1, 2, 3. Is there any like echo or feedback or anything?
No, you sound good. I'll keep my headphones on here so I can hear you. So yes, I do hear you. Okay. So again, if you guys are watching this live on YouTube, remember to come here to YouNow so we can see your comments, even though we might not be able to get to them because it's going to be more of a debate than a full-on interactive community thing. But you can just watch on YouTube if you're a voyeur. This should be for some interesting entertainment here.
First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me on. Second of all, because I am using data, I'd like to try to keep this like under an hour, maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
If that's possible.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. I know what you mean. I've used data on my cell phone to do these before. It's not the greatest way to do it, but we're going to go for it. Okay, so I want to thank you too as well. I was telling the crowd here when I saw a few of your videos the past couple weeks, a few things are getting under my skin. Oh, God, I want to talk to them about this. And I heard the debates were out in the open there, so I'm going, I'm going to go for it. That was my first idea anyway a few weeks ago. So if it's not going to happen with Vegan Gains, I'm going to take up the debating challenge here with you. So I want to thank you too that you seemed really open to it. And I thought you would. You seem like the kind of guy that would want to come out and talk, speak your opinion here. So, and I let the people know this is not going to be like Jerry Springer. I'm not going to throw a chair at you and call you a mofo and all this stuff and do all this crazy hip hop dancing and stuff like that. It's going to be a real debate, in the old school sense, a real actual debate. Try to keep it to logic, to facts, to rational thought. We'll leave the personal insults and attacks out. I plan to, and I assume you will too.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Yes.
Okay, we got that out of the way. It's not going to be a sissy debate here, but and we're just not going to take it to this low place. All right, cool. I'm glad we're both on board with that. All right, so you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, cool. And thanks for doing this. You know, that says
You're
a lot
welcome.
about you. All right, so anyway, your definition of vegan. I've seen this over the past few weeks. I watched it again several times today just to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding anything there. Thanks, Sailing Lucy Day there. I want to say it seemed like, but I've watched it several times more, and I don't want to say the word seem anymore. You are coming out and saying that a person can be vegan, not just vegan inspired, but be vegan and still have meat on the weekends. Explain. Did I get that right? And don't try to wiggle out of it. I saw you say that several times there.
Yes, you did get that right. The point that I'm trying to make with that statement is that even somebody that is vegan for, let's say, 4 or 5 days out of the week, 100% plant-based vegan diet, they could be doing it for dietary reasons. They could be doing it for ethical reasons. They could be doing it for environmental reasons. There's many different aspects to this thing. But it is a shade or a form of veganism in itself. And the point of it is not to determine how vegan an individual is. The point of me making that statement is that I think we need to accept that there are people out there that are already doing this. There are people out there that would be willing to do this. But it's hard for these people to really have, I guess, a spot in the discussion or a voice in the discussion because they would be shamed for not being vegan as I, or maybe as vegan as you are.
We could unpack a whole lot from there, but let me just stop you right there.
Yeah.
If they're just vegan on the weekends, are they a vegan?
If they're vegan on the weekends?
Or either way, or just vegan on weekdays. Either way.
So let's say they're vegan on weekdays.
Okay.
Jenna Marbles, actually, back in the day before she was.
Yeah.
There was one point in time where she described herself as, she said she was vegan. She
6 days a week.
Kept a vegan diet 6 days a week.
There's an asterisk there, 6 days a week. I don't remember saying, yes, I am a vegan, wearing a vegan shirt.
Vegan.
So let me just ask you this. So you're saying, so according to your definition, if someone is vegan, say 5 or 6 days a week, they are vegan. They can call themselves vegan. They are vegan. Like I'm vegan.
Saying that listen, nobody has to identify as being vegan. And I want to go back to this point, Ryan. It's not to determine how vegan an individual is. But I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody, with the majority of the population that was willing to do something that resembles more of like a plant-based diet most of the time. It may not be 100% like you and I, but I really don't see what's wrong with that. If somebody was like, I'm vegan 5 days out of the week.
Let me unpack that. Let me unpack that a little bit more, because I think I understand where your idea is coming from, and it comes from a good place. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're trying to, which we do here at Happy Healthy with Vegan. We've been doing this our whole time. We're trying to be inclusive. We're not trying to be the vegan police. We're not trying to tell people like, oh, you can't watch our show, you can't come to our meetups. A lot of people write us, I want to come to your meetup, but I'm not vegan. It's like, no, come, learn, get inspired. We've never been exclusive of people, and people write us all the time like, I'm almost vegan, I'm vegan 5 days a week. They know they're not vegan. And here's what I'm getting at. You can be influenced by a vegan diet, you can be drawn to it, and that's awesome. We want people's minds to be open, because so many people's minds are shut to veganism, right? We want them to be feel included and open to all the great information about vegan diets. However, here's where I disagree with you here. They're not vegan yet if they're still not vegan, because vegan is, if you're vegan 5 days a week, that's it. You're vegan with a little asterisk. 5 days a week and 2 days a week, you're not. They know. People say I'm not vegan yet. I'm on my way, and I say, bless you, awesome. This is awesome. This is what I want to hear. But they have the wisdom not to call themselves vegan. Just like I told you when I went vegan, it wasn't like you. It wasn't overnight. I went vegan for like a week in San Francisco in the mid 2000s, and I loved it. But I knew I wasn't vegan yet. I said I spent this whole week vegan, and it gave me the insight and the belief that I could do it someday, which I ended up doing. So what I'm getting at is, where do you have any basis and like either the like other people using the word vegan the way you do, or yeah, if you're vegan 3 days 5 days a week, you are a vegan? Here's what I'm getting at. Vegan is it's a category. At first, I likened it to being a marathoner. I remember your definition. You seek to, all this stuff. Like, I might seek to run a marathon. I mean, I can't call myself one yet. I've never ran 26.2 miles. I could run 20, and I'm still not a marathoner. I haven't done it yet. But I figured out, no, a marathon's a thing. You achieve it, and then you could forget about it the rest of your life. Veganism is something you're kind of actively doing day to day, and I likened it more to sobriety. You're either sober or you're not. You can't be like sober till 4 or sober on the weekends, and people know that. And if they stick to like the standard definition, you can't call them a dinosaur. Like, sober is sober, and I think vegan is like that. And I'm not trying to be some kind of fascist. I'm just looking at how the word is traditionally used, and it's used in this more sense of sober. It's like you're either vegan or you're not. Either you're eating meat and dairy and eggs or you're not. Neither you're staying sober or you're not. What do you think of that analogy?
Well, there's a few commenters that are, when you were talking about the transitioning phase.
Yeah, okay, let's go back there. All right.
There's a few commenters that were saying I would call them maybe transitional vegans. They're vegans in transition.
But that's not vegan.
Huh?
But that's not vegan. So I'm saying they're cool. They're aspiring vegans, transitional vegans, but they're not vegan yet. They're vegan.
It's not vegan the way that you're vegan, but for an individual to drastically change their diet and consume much less meat and dairy products and start to make changes in that direction, that is veganism. Again, like, we're not trying to determine how vegan somebody is, but the concept of veganism is very, very black and white in that, or is very, very gray and not black and white in that way. But
I disagree with that. Okay, but anyway, continue.
Going back to your very last point, where you said that veganism, it's like you're either vegan or you're not. I'm challenging people to think of it a little bit differently, and you described it as the traditional, meaning, or the traditional interpretation of what veganism is. I think we need to relook at that. I really do. And especially on social media, I think we need to relook at that, because there's extreme examples. This is an extreme example, but numerous times there have been people that were claiming to be vegans. Fully Raw Christina was the latest victim of this, trial on social media. And
her shoes, right?
Claim to be a vegan, but they get caught wearing leather shoes, and all of a sudden they're denounced for that. It may not be as vegan as you are, but that was a form of veganism. I mean, I don't think anybody legitimately deny that somebody like Fully Raw Christina is not vegan.
Here's the deal. The Christina example shows that no one claims to be perfect. I saw someone in the comments saying no one's a perfect vegan, Ryan, and I know I'm not absolutely perfect. I'm sure, like, bugs and animals might get killed to produce some of the food I make, and
that's the gray area.
And Mr. Vegan told us all very eloquently, you can go out and get a car with, like, non-leather, pure vegan seats and everything and interior, but the steering wheel is what screws you, so a lot of people think they're being fully cool. They might have some leather or something on the steering wheel, and you go to a restaurant and they don't always bring it to you correctly, and you discover it after you eat it. No one is perfect. So I'm not saying a vegan has to be perfect. Ryan, that's not part of the definition.
Why are you excluded from the concept that it's very, very gray? Even in circumstances like that, why should we be excluded from that concept that even our veganism is extremely gray? It's not black or white. If I go and buy a car, like, I need a car here in California. Yeah. The last thing on my mind is going to be worrying about what kind of seats I can get in the car. I would prefer non-leather seats, but that's Absolutely. The last thing that I'm worried about at this point in time, So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the vegan police, and I'm not going to come out and say, "Oh,
and I
I'm
don't
not
think
going to make I'm not going to make a video about Charles's new car proves he's not a vegan because it has a leather steering wheel." I'm not going to make that, you know. And in fact, leather seats usually cost more as an upgrade. You're probably better off getting the cloth seats if money's a factor. So
hopefully.
I'm not trying to say we're perfect, but I'm getting back. Like these are the peripheral issues. I like to say diet is the anchor, and the things that happen on the outside, like your clothes and cars, that's important. I'm not diminishing that, but really, the anchor is the diet, and that's what I want to stick to here. If you don't mind, like I want to get back to this whole thing
You
about.
believe that the anchor is the diet, though? Like, just
I mean that's. I mean,
that's
we're
an
eating.
interesting way of describing it. No, I haven't heard that yet. The anchor.
I mean, in the sense that we're eating, it's because really, when you think about it, we're eating, 3, 4, 5 times a day. That's something we're doing every day. We're not buying a car every day. We're not buying leather shoes every day. I mean, the food is really the major thing. That's what people really need the most help with, what to eat, all that stuff. So, I mean, and that's what the definition, of veganism. I guess it doesn't say eating here. I'm looking at the one that you picked from the Vegan Society here, but I mean, when you really get down to it, yeah, the food is huge, and if you're not even doing the food the best you can, meaning not having meat and dairy and eggs, I'm saying it's kind of a process. Work on that, and then then you could start once you got your diet down. All right, cool, I get it now. Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't be getting the leather seat, stuff like that. Why you disagree that diet's like maybe the anchor is the wrong word here?
No, I like how you describe that. I do. I'm not, I think it's possible we should consider that the anchor of veganism should be the diet. But then again, if somebody is vegan 100% and they get caught wearing leather shoes or they got, some cosmetics that aren't vegan, it is in that way, it's very, very great. Now, I want to say this, Ryan. I want to say this. I feel like a lot of people are under the misconception that I'm trying to convince people to call themselves vegan even if they're eating meat or dairy products, and I'm not.
No, what are you saying? Be clear here, because I'm confused too, so I can see why people are saying that.
Okay. What I would like to do on my channel is encourage people to consume more plants and less meat and dairy products without the pressure of eliminating meat and dairy products. For me personally, I'm not saying for your channel or for Richard's channel or anybody's channel, but for me, I just think that's a message that's important, and I think it's a message that's relevant. And I do feel like a lot of people have this utopian vision that through YouTube we're going to somehow convince everybody to eliminate meat and dairy products completely, restricting their source of nutrition to only plant-based foods.
Oh, we're going to go to that in a second.
That's not my message. That's not the highlighted message on my channel anymore. And I don't know why I should be denounced for that.
Well, here's the thing. I've always done the same thing. I've never pressured people that watch our show, people we meet in real life, that you have to go 100% vegan. You have to do it immediately, because I know how my path went. I didn't do that. So how can I be a hypocrite and expect everyone to do that? So I agree with you on that. We shouldn't expect everyone. I would like that. That would be awesome, but I know it's going to happen. But we just lead by being good examples, and people write us like, hey, I've been watching your show now, and I was 10% vegan. Now I'm 80% on my way. Cool. That's what I want. That's success. But I don't feel like I need to alter or radically tweak the definition of vegan to do that, because they know they're on their way. They're on the path. That's what I'm saying. Why do we need to change the definition of vegan to include people that have meat on the weekends? To me, that seems unnecessary to make them feel included. They know they're on the vegan path. They're vegan inspired. They don't need to feel like they're vegans with an asterisk or something like that. It's almost kind of insulting a little bit.
Ryan, I've said it before, and I will say it again.
Okay, be clear.
I'm perfectly fine with the current definition. If we're going to use the vegansociety.com's definition, I think that's a really good reference point to start debate. The way that I interpret that definition, I see a lot of very subjective language in there, and I see a statement that is open to interpretation, and it could be open to interpretation not only on the diet, but also on the other aspects such as clothing, such as cosmetics, such as the whole issue that even if you are plant-based and you are 100% vegan with your diet, animals still are killed, and environments are destroyed, or tampered with. Even the diet itself, I just feel like there's a lot of gray area there. So I'm not trying to change the definition. I interpret the definition much differently and much more subjectively than I think most people are willing to.
Can you name one? Can you name me one other person, hopefully a prominent person rather than some dude you met on the corner or something like that, that has the definition like you, that includes, and I want to say, here's what I find kind of absurd, is that your definition allows for people who eat meat on weekends, say, to call themselves a vegan. To me, that just, like, again, it's like sober on weekend. Who else shares this definition?
I'm not asking that people call themselves vegan. That, like, whether you identify as a vegan or not, I don't really care. But with the concept of veganism, reducing the suffering of animals, I think that a 5-day-a-week vegan, a 3-day-a-week vegan fits somewhere in that spectrum there. If they realize eating animals is causing environmental problems, and let's say they want to reduce the harm to the environment, and they're consuming more plants and less animals throughout the week, that fits somewhere in the concept of veganism itself. It's not
yes,
I agree. How vegan somebody is.
They're in the concept. Like I said, they're vegan inspired, vegan influence, vegan whatever, vegan asterisk, but they're not vegan without an asterisk or some qualification. So I'm saying that if we can agree on that, that's cool. I'm fine with that. Like vegan with some kind of qualification, but they cannot be a vegan and by any definition I know of and still have meat on the weekends. It just kind of dilutes the whole definition of vegan, because by that definition, I mean, most of the world could call themselves vegan. I mean, there's no distinction anymore between vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, omnivore. It seems like we just eat food, and these words lose their meanings. I'm not trying to be a stickler for these things like old school or dinosaur, like you say. I'm just saying I'm trying to respect what these words mean, and they really have specific meanings. And that, as someone has put it here, we can call them plant-based. I'm cool with that. I said vegan inspired or vegan what have you, but what do you final line? I know I've asked this like 10 times in different ways. Bottom line, what do you think? If you're eating meat on weekends, vegan, yes or no?
Are you asking me? Or
yeah, bottom line. No, I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you bottom line. All right, we'll leave it here. I know we talked about this like 20 minutes. If you're eating meat on the weekends, is that person a vegan?
For me personally, I wouldn't eat meat on the weekends and call myself vegan.
Not you, but but just by the definition, if someone's eating meat.
If somebody says I'm vegan, like if somebody were to tell me I'm vegan, but the clause or the fine print is it's only 5 days a week, like I could hang out with that person. I could go out to eat with that person.
Sure. I'm not saying we can't. Yeah, we have them. They come to our meetups and we hang out with them, and sometimes we go out and eat with them after. That's cool. But are they a vegan? Yes or no?
Well, I think it's important to be open-minded.
Yes, we're open-minded. We want them to come. We want them to listen and learn.
It may not be my veganism, Ryan. It may not be my veganism, but I'm not going to be the one to tell them they're not vegan. Especially if they're doing it for ethical, environmental reasons.
Why would you tell them they're not a vegan? Because if they're a normal, relatively rational person, they're not going to walk up and say, I eat meat twice on the weekends, I'm a vegan. You're not going to deny them. No one's going to proclaim they're vegan if they're still eating meat. That's what I'm saying. Are they a vegan or not? I know they're vegan 5 days. I'll buy that. They're living a vegan diet for 5 days a week. And I'm just talking about diet now. I don't know what's going on in their head about ethics and all that stuff, but they're eating a vegan diet 5 days a week, but meat on the weekends. So yes or no, are they a vegan? Because I say, for me, definitely no, by any definition of vegan I've ever heard. Any definition. You can pull anyone out.
I'm going to be honest with you, Ryan. The way I want to answer this is, and this is going to be my final answer, it's not it's not the version of veganism that I choose. And I'll say that much. It's not what I would choose to do in it. I personally, when claiming myself to be a vegan, I personally wouldn't eat meat on the weekends. But that's just me.
Okay, so I'm not going to get a yes or no out of you, but let me just ask you this, and if you don't want to answer, it's cool. Can we agree to this, perhaps?
Okay.
That we don't really need to like come out and say that they're vegan or not vegan, because I think all these people that they already meet on the weekends don't even consider themselves vegan. But just we should continue to be inclusive and welcoming as we've always done, and we're not going to tell people you're a bad person, you're a piece of crap if you're not a vegan. That's not our message. Never has been. Can we just say, hey, we're welcoming all people and all portions on their journey, on their path of veganism, and we don't need to like say they're vegan if they're not vegan.
See, Ryan, this is the most ridiculous part about this whole controversy is we actually don't have a problem with people that claim to be vegan and they're eating meat on the weekends. Like, do you know of any YouTuber that's doing that? Like, oh, I'm vegan. And, like, do you know of anybody that's the most ridiculous part about this whole thing is that nobody's really doing that. You know, it's like we have this, for some reason, there's this hysteria on YouTube right now that all of a sudden meat-eating vegans are just going to come out of the wilderness or out of the swamps and, take over. And the reality of the situation is I don't think anybody that eats meat on the weekends is really claiming to be vegan.
I think what's getting most people upset, because I can speak for myself, and it has the appearance that you're really radically interpreting the definition of veganism, and to the point where it's kind of watered down and loses its meaning as it kind of be reduced to like everyone's vegan. I think that's what people are getting upset about. And if you could maybe address that, you don't have to do it right now, but like think about that for future episodes. You know how to evolve your definition of vegan so that your intent gets through without pissing everyone off.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. I can. Yeah, I could understand that.
Okay. Cool. Hey, let's. Oh, Jeff was. Comment? What's that?
Well, I wanted to. Maybe I'm not articulating things properly.
Wendy, I have shot up. Let me stress someone here in the comment. Wendy, I've been talking about shades of gray. I'm just talking about the definition. I don't care if I'm not going to look down on someone if they're not vegan. I don't. You know, that's my whole friends and family clique are not vegan. People that come to our meetups are not vegan. We're welcoming. So don't try to put us out there some kind of staunchy, hardcore people. I'm just looking at the definition of veganism, how it's been used through the ages, and discussing that with Charles. Anyway, what were you going to say there, Charles?
Well, I just wanted to read a comment that articulates, the concept of the spectrum or the concept of the umbrella. I don't know if I can find it here right now. The way they had put this was very, very elegant. I might have to save that for another time. I had pinned it, and then I think I pinned something else. But listen, Ryan, I feel like everybody's caught up in this hysteria, and I really do feel like people are legitimately worried that all of a sudden there's going to be meat-eating vegans walking around on YouTube. And the reality is, that's not going to happen. So I think everybody should kind of pipe down a little bit and, not be so close-minded to the idea that we need to recognize that there are many aspects of veganism, not just the diet, but there's many aspects of veganism. And
I think people agree with that.
In relation to each other, it's a spectrum. Some people choose only. Like, can I ask you a question? Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
I know.
No, it's a full-on debate. Feel free.
If
it's part of it.
Is vegan only with their diet, and they could care less about getting into the cosmetics or the clothing or
the ethics.
Huh?
And the ethics too, right? They don't care about anything other than diet.
Ethically, for dietary reasons. Let's say it, but they're lazy and they just never decide to apply it in other areas of their life. Are they vegan?
I think a lot of people might find my way of looking at how to my way of defining vegan might be a little different than most people's, because I've actually come to veganism through the science of it. And when you read all the scientific studies done researching vegan diets, comparing them to others, they don't ask the subjects what they think about the animals, what they think about leather and cosmetics. They're solely concerned about what's going on in their diet and measuring the responses. So if we're as vegans here, vegan YouTubers and channels citing these studies talking about the benefits of a vegan diet, all the great health benefits, And we accept that the subjects in these studies may have not give a damn about anything other than what they were forced to eat. I'm going to take that as a solid definition of vegan. Sure, I would hope that after, like, I didn't go vegan necessarily for all those reasons that I am now. You would think, though, after you've gone vegan, say for dietary reasons, you might think about, oh, yeah, no animals had to die for me this week. That's totally awesome. And you think about, oh my God, when I buy a leather shoe, that kills an animal. So it goes on and on. But I think that what you're saying there is, what I'm getting is that people are on, as I've said before, different parts of the path of their vegan journey. They're not going to get all the stuff at the same time. So I'm not going to criticize someone if they're vegan just for one reason and don't see the other things that I think are super important too. I tell you, I have a really open, inclusive message. I want people to come and be happy vegans, and to call people pieces of crap because they're not where I'm at, because they don't do it exactly like I do. I'm not that conceited. I'm very humble in that. So I hope I answered your question there.
Yeah. I'd like to say two things. I don't want to go on too long with it. We can always do this again, maybe next weekend or something. But what I do want to say is I am not advocating that vegans go back to eating meat or consuming dairy. I'm not advocating that.
Good, because a lot of people have been saying that.
Yeah, and I understand. Maybe some of my statements may have gave that impression on people. But what I am advocating for is that people that are not vegan consume more plants and less meat. I don't necessarily promote all plants, no meat, and I'm going to pressure you to eliminate meat. Like, that's not maybe my message. It's some people's message, which is fine. But that's what I'm advocating for. But I do want to say, some of the people, what I like to call the vegan social media elite, usually the YouTubers in the 100,000 subscriber range and stuff like that.
That's me. That's me, man.
Yes, I would say at Happy Healthy Vegan,
I'm the media elite here. I like that. That sounds like I'm important.
I would consider you guys the vegan social
We
media,
we don't think we are. Anyway.
But you guys are a channel that I would say is much more inclusive as far as your message goes, where you do want to bring people in. And there's people that you're associated with, that I'm associated with, that are what I would call militant vegans, and their content, at least, I don't know how they would really feel in real life, but their content and their message on YouTube isn't a message of inclusion, and it's not the most inviting either. So, that.
I mean, that's not a function of anything other than how that particular person is. They just happen to be a vegan. They probably just weren't that open, inclusive before they were anyway. Who knows? But do you have another point?
The point I'm trying to make is I want to be radically different from that mindset, that approach, and that form of talking about more plants, less meat.
I mean, that's the way to get started for sure. Absolutely. I mean, that's it. We were actually dabbling on the next issue I wanted to hit up, and it relates to the videos you've been putting out the past few weeks, like the things that made the hair raise on the back of my neck a little bit. Yeah, you have that effect on me sometimes. It's about when you said, I'm going to take a quote from you almost here. You said, if you go 100% vegan, you're going to suffer health consequences. And you gave a whole little list of them, such as some benign things like dry skin, and all the way to protein deficiency and brain problems from no DHA. First of all, where did you get this statistic from, that if you go 100% vegan, you're going to suffer health consequences? I mean, is this some kind of fact, or I don't understand what this means, what it is?
Yeah,
hair loss was one?
The way I said it, if I could go back and remake that statement, I would have said that there's going to be, what I meant was that there's positive and negatives to every decision in your life. And yes, I do think a vegan diet has really, really good consequences. It has benefits. And when I used the word consequences, I was trying to describe good and bad outcomes. But Ryan, every decision you make has benefits and consequences. I don't see why going vegan would be any different.
I don't know. I've had many. I get what you're saying, but I've had a lot of times, and I take note of this. I have gratitude, and I have to go. This is a win-win or a win-win-win when you can see absolutely no negative. And for me, I see no negative of going vegan. There really isn't. I mean, it's. I mean, here's what I'm getting at. A lot of the like meat eaters, like, you know, come and hating in the comments, say some of these same things, which is kind of shocking that you're a vegan advocate, yet putting out the same arguments. Like, yeah, I mean, I've done so many videos debunking like these paleo bloggers saying if you go vegan, a classic symptom you will get is protein deficiency, or yeah, you're gonna get brain problems from no DHA. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of sad and shocking to see a vegans saying these same unfounded, unsubstantiated things. I'm not saying, yeah, everything's going to be perfect in life, but these are things that are clearly not vegan problems as long as you are eating whole food as opposed to just eating, like, you know, potato chips every day as a vegan. If you're eating a healthy diet like those, you know, great doctors you got to sit there next to with are advocating, you're probably not going to have brain problems and protein deficiency and all that. So well, yeah, I'm just wondering. Okay.
I think it's shocking for, you know, people on vegan YouTube to hear those kind of statements because nobody from the vegan social media elite has ever really talked about that kind of stuff. But Ryan, there are YouTubers that are, you know, they're obscure. They're very small channels, you know, but I'm not the only one. And I watch a lot of different stuff online, and there's several channels. I mean, I'd be happy to provide links and you know, tell people where they can get a little bit more of a scientific breakdown of this.
And what are they saying?
Well, let me just give you an example. There is a YouTuber, Homegrown Big. I believe his real name is Victor. He was a part of the Raw Till 4 community, like back on the Raw Till 4 forums. He was a vegan for, I think, like 9 or 10 years or something. And he considers himself a plant-based omnivore now. And he's actually, you know, he does have degrees in science, biology, I think some kind of microbiology to do with plants. And he does advocate, you know, a plant-based diet. But what he doesn't advocate anymore is eliminating or restricting any food groups whatsoever. And he does talk a lot about his, you know, his diet, why he left veganism, why he introduced meat and dairy products. Now, I haven't done that, but there are people out there that are outside of the vegan social media elite that are talking about this. So just because, you know, maybe we haven't heard it, it doesn't mean that those sentiments and those discussions aren't being had. You know,
I'm trying to understand what you're saying, though. So let me just ask you. I'm just going back to your quote. You said if you go 100% vegan, you're going to suffer health consequences. So are you talking about all vegans are going to have some kind of negative health consequence as going vegan?
I think for every decision they make in life, they're going to have a positive and a negative, you know, consequence.
Okay,
absolutely. And
that's what you said. So
it doesn't be any different.
So okay, so like just for example,
vegan himself is taking, you know, injecting B12 because he doesn't think he's getting enough B12. Like, that's a consequence of his diet, his lifestyle. I mean, well,
you know, B12 is an absorption issue. He might lack intrinsic factor and other things, which it doesn't relate to veganism.
It could be. He might not be vitamin B12 deficient.
Oh, let's explore me, and I'll be completely honest with you, 100% straight up, no lies. You can ask me anything. I cannot. I'm trying to expand my mind here as big as I can here. I'm trying to think of any negatives, because you said if you go to 100% vegan, you get health consequences, negative ones. Because I've only had positive ones. I agree, you're going to get health consequences, but good ones. I haven't had anything happen yet, bro, and it's been like since 2000. It's 2010. I mean, shouldn't something happen now? Like, you know?
I'm happy to hear that. Believe me, I am. I think that's great, and I think, you know, telling people your experience and you know, your experience, strength, and hope, I think is a great thing. And by the way, I'm on 10% battery right now.
Ooh.
So.
Do you have a charger? Can you plug it into your computer or something like that?
Give me just a moment. I'll dig.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, take your time. Take your time. No worries. I'll kind of see what's going on in the comments.
I am happy to hear that. I am. But how do you explain like the severe weight gain of some of the you know, the people from I mean, let's talk about, you know, I mean, without picking on her too much, but we still there?
Yeah, totally.
how do you explain Julia Bohr's situation?
I don't know. What do they eat?
How do you
Do you
explain
know? I don't know. Are they eating junk
situation?
food? I mean, that could be part of it. Are they eating a lot of vegan junk food? Maybe they have a history of what's that word, like, fasting or anorexia, stuff like that can mess with how your body responds. And that's
Yeah,
not a vegan thing. That's just because what they did to their bodies before. I'm just saying, you're saying just like if a healthy person goes vegan, they're going to have 100% negative health consequences. I just don't understand how that works if you're eating, a base. And you saw how we eat. That's why a lot of people are, why'd you invite Charles over to dinner at your house? One reason is because I was on the 10-day clean eating challenge. I didn't want to go to Russians. But secondly, I really just want to show you how Angie and I really eat. It's really simple, cheap food. It's
it was
beans,
good
rice,
too.
potatoes, and I wanted to show you how tasty it can be. It's just feeling good. It feels good. It fills you up, and it's just
Yeah.
good, healthy food. So I'm saying if someone's eating, a pretty cheap but healthy vegan diet, which is not too hard to do, I'm not sure what deficiencies would develop from eating foods that's full of all this good stuff.
Yeah, Ryan, I think it's great. And for me personally, I've experienced tremendous benefits, but I notice like some things about my skin, I don't know if you can see it. And I can't help but wonder if, there's an issue in my diet, and maybe it's not just a vegan thing, but I'm on a vegan diet. But what I do want to say this, Ryan, I,
Yes.
you know, with everything that you say, and with everything that most vegans would say on YouTube, I just am not convinced. Okay, if you can feel free to continue to try to sway me, but just in the future or whatever. But I am not convinced that eliminating all meat and dairy products or restricting any food group for every single person out there in the world, I'm not convinced that that's what everybody should be doing.
Well,
I'm just not convinced.
everybody is huge. I'm sure there's some bizarre diseases I've not heard of. That someone might have to have animal protein, because I know people have weird protein diseases and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying,
but not even that.
excluding a bizarre weird disease that affects maybe a half a percentage of the people out there at most. Let's talk about
I'm
regular
not talking about that
people.
though.
Because you said everyone. I can't speak for everyone. There's weird things out there.
Yeah, well, but I'm just saying, genetics do vary, and so does biochemical makeup. I'm not comfortable with promoting on my channel restricting any food groups.
What do you mean by a food group? Meat? You calling meat a food group?
Well, Ryan, let's be honest. Human beings did eat meat, for thousands, if not millions of years. I mean, that's a fact.
No, that's not a fact. Humans have only been around as Homo sapien for a few 100,000 years, and Homo erectus probably a couple million years before that. And Homo erectus was a tuber eating creature. They came down from the jungles and found all these like fibers, tubers in the ground, and they cooked them. That was their dietary supply. That's what made our brains big. A lot of scientists first thought it was meat. It was actually carbohydrate from potatoes and roots and stuff like that. So yeah, meat was part of it, but you were, as McDougall likes to talk about, a carb creature, basically. Starch eating
Yeah.
creature.
Well, okay, but you're admitting that meat was probably part of it, and meat has been a part of the human diet for a long time. So yeah, I would consider it a food group. It's not a food group I participate in or I indulge in, but I would say it's a food group. But yes, that's what I'm saying is on my channel I'm just I'm not qualified, number one, to be telling anybody what to eat, really, and I think deep down inside most of us can admit that too, whether we'll do it publicly or not. And yeah, that it's just my message is much different than I would say what the status quo is, But it doesn't make me any less vegan than anybody else, and it doesn't make anybody else more vegan than me or less vegan than me. And I think if people were consuming more plants and less meat, and lots of people were doing that, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think that's aces in my book.
So let me just get back to this. We keep going off in these different directions, which are interesting in their own right. But I want to take you to task on the original quote I got for him. If you go 100% vegan, you're going to suffer health consequences. So you're saying that as like a categorical
It could be
condition.
positive consequences or negative consequences. That's the
You
way
said
I see
suffer.
that statement.
You said the word suffer health consequences. That implies the negative, not suffer good health or something like that.
Well, Ryan, looking back on that statement and hearing it quoted, if I could make that statement again, I would say it differently.
Why don't I challenge you to not challenge you, but yeah, offer you the opportunity to make a video and talk about health consequences of going vegan and how it's not a slam dunk thing that you will suffer negative health consequences as a result of changing your diet, from meat to not meat.
Well, it's a
That would clear it up. I think that might make some people understand if that was your point intended, because it's sure been taken not like that. So I think it would just benefit you if that's really what your message is. It would be great to set the record straight with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could say on my broadcast that yes, I don't think veganism itself, 100% is gonna, cause you to experience really, really bad health consequences. But I think it's a concept. I think it's a reality that there may be some negative consequences to a vegan diet for some people that it's just not talked about.
And there may be some people who don't get negative consequences of a vegan diet too. So here's what I'm saying. A lot of people perceive you as focusing too much on the negative stuff. And let me get to this too, because like you said that Bananiac's high-carb vegan diet is what caused him to go bald. You're talking about balding. And here's the thing. Why didn't you say, okay, Ryan eats a high-carb vegan diet. He's twice Bananiac's age and has this giant head of hair. You could have said that. You could have looked at the positive, but instead you looked at the negative and ignored that all of Bananiac's male relatives are bald and none of them are vegan.
Yeah.
So I'm saying what?
Well, I should probably. I'm trying to. I want to make changes, and I do want to be more of a positive outlet, or I do want more positive aspects of my content to show. So, you are right about that, Ryan. My channel has a reputation for being extremely negative, and that's one thing that I would like to change, to be honest.
Is it too late?
I don't think so. I mean, if I had listened to, people tell me it was too late to get clean and sober and get my life together,
True.
I would be still out there using drugs and I'm not doing that. So
you're right. It's all about the present, and standing up in the present for what you think is the right course of action. And you should perhaps make a video coming out and saying, maybe you shouldn't have said things the way you did. Maybe you wanted to say it that way and get a reaction. You got me here. We're debating, right?
Yeah.
But if you really want to get your message clear so people don't misinterpret you, because I remember you've said many times people misinterpret you all the time. It'd be really cool for you to make a video where, here, I'm going to speak as clearly as I possibly can. Here's what I believe about the definition of veganism or the health consequences of going vegan. That would actually be really helpful for you and for the community so they know what you're trying to say, because that's why I'm asking these questions, because I'm really not sure what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I'll address, Ryan. My audience on YouTube, like, I'm not trying to cater to vegans or people that are what I would assume is from the vegan social media elite. Yes, people misinterpret me, and I maybe I say things that I would have rephrased or reworded after. But at the end of the day, Ryan, I think for people to consistently barrage me with the statement, "You're not vegan, you're just plant-based," it's laughable, it's comical, and it's a reflection of the sickness and the turmoil that already is in the vegan community. It has nothing to do with me being here or not. Let's go back to the Fully Raw Christina thing. It had nothing to do with me. I never even made a public comment on it. And Fully Raw Christina recently was involved in a scandal with leather shoes and was being called a fake vegan, and it caused some infighting. So I don't think that whether I'm on YouTube or not, like, talking about what I'm talking about, I just don't think that it really, people take this stuff way too seriously. And I think they come to my channel expecting some kind of some kind of statement or praise of veganism 100% of the time. And they know that's not what I do. And then when I don't live up to that expectation, it disappoints them. And, but it's just Vegan Cheetah's channel. Like, you guys
It
need
is.
to take it down.
I understand. I'll agree with you in the sense that I know people take things very, almost way too seriously. We get attacked all the time for crap we've never done. You've done that to us too, but I think it's these personal attacks that I think really offend people, like, calling out Bananiac's baldness with no evidence,
Well, listen, like I said, my channel does have a reputation for being extremely negative, and it's something that I would like to change. And
are you damaging people's reputations and even their ability to to me, people hear these things like, oh, Bananac's bald because he's vegan. They don't know him; they'll just believe it. And I don't know if this is a sensitive issue or not, but like Emily, bite-sized vegan, she's been called out by you as like plagiarizing, and that's some serious stuff.
I will be releasing that video probably Monday, and it is serious stuff. I don't want to say too much about it. But
I mean, it's a serious accusation. I mean, plagiarizing, meaning.
Well, and I'm gonna break it down. I am going to break that down. And somebody's asking for me to apologize to Bite-Size Emily, and I will not apologize to Bite-Size Emily because I'll have the video out on Monday. It'll be a sit-down drama video. But Bite-Size Emily has plagiarized Aaron Janis videos, and I have the videos where, in chronological order, she has taken everything that Aaron Janis has said and placed it right into her video. I'm going to show you guys this. I'll show you the evidence.
Isn't this something we all do? It's called fair use. I haven't seen the videos, but I copy people's content all the time and place it into mine. I copy stuff from the doctor store, Jamie Oliver. I use content all the time.
Emily using every single fact in chronological order on Aaron Janis's Wool Industry Exposed video. She used every single fact in the same exact order.
You mean,
2 months after
did she copy
came out with the video, and she asked for Patreon donations after that, and never credited anywhere Aaron Janis's work.
Does she still video content, or is it just like ideas?
No, it's not video content. It's
ideas.
She lifted an entire article. She has actually done this with several other websites. Several other websites she has done this, and I will make videos about it. But no, I will not apologize to Bite-Size Emily. A lot of people are calling me a liar on this. I don't hate Bite-Size Emily, but the truth is, Ryan, she's making $5,000 a month on Patreon, and her
that's what it says. I mean, it says I'm making like double what I have a small Patreon compared to hers. It says we're making double what we actually get at the end of the month. So who knows what she's actually making there? I don't know too much. I've never met Emily. She seems like a nice person. I'd like to interview her if she ever comes through town. So I apologize. I know much more about Bananiac. I've known him for years. He's a bro of mine. So if anyone out there in the audience
out, and a lot of people are calling me a liar about it, but it's shocking. And I don't want to say anything else about it, but no, I'm not planning on apologizing to Bite-Size Emily for the person that.
Okay, I wasn't even going to ask you that. I'm just bringing her up as an example of like what you did to Tino. Just kind of made this, what to me seemed like an outrageous claim that could be potentially hurtful. One, and then fortunately he's got a thick skin, and he's been balding since he was in high school. He's not bummed about it, and it could be in some cases almost damaging to a person's like YouTube channel if if you throw in some really unsubstantiated major bad charges at them.
Maybe I should change my drama format more like to fan fiction, and then maybe I won't take so much heat for some of my wild speculations if it was more like a fan fiction kind of channel. But listen, I do think this was a really fantastic discussion. I have to run out. I'm actually late right now, but
we've gone over. Yeah.
Maybe in the future, like we can do this again. I appreciate you having me on, and I want to thank everybody in the chat as well for at least hearing me out. And I hope I was able to clarify some things for you guys.
And I thank you for coming on too. I told you I wasn't, gonna be easy on you because I had some, serious, concerns and questions, and I hope the group here watching, are cool with how I handled this. I told them at the outset I wasn't going to throw hate at you. I wasn't going to make call names or anything like that. I just want to keep it to the facts. So hopefully you guys are cool. If you want me to start a war and shoot them, that's not how Happy Healthy Vegan rolls. So yeah, if you want to continue this at a future time, I'm sure I'll have some more questions and issues after I process all this and probably watch it back too. So it's cool. I apologize. I'm just saying I not apologize. I want to thank you for being man enough to come up here and talked about me about it was going to be some easy questions.
Yeah, it's. I do appreciate it. I do, and I appreciate the respectful, discourse, I guess.
That's how we roll, man. Yeah, we're Buddhists. We don't hate.
Well, I'll keep in touch with you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And keep it carb, keep it rational. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right, have a good evening. Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes if anyone wants to chill out with me here. I do want to go have some chow, some food with Angie. But yeah, anyone want to say anything here? Any questions or comments? Remember, I'm not going to drop shade. I'm not going to be Mr. Hateful man or anything like that. So it's not a matter of who won. Thanks, Star Chrissy. It's thanks for thinking I did an excellent job. It's just a matter of, like I said, this is what I do. This is what I trained in, is to speak. Discuss things, analyze things in a rational, try to be not too emotional way, kind of like Mr. Spock, and try to get to the truth of the matter, like an attorney. An attorney doesn't go into court and call the person he's cross-examining a jerk or anything like that. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So I think it was successful in the sense that I really wanted to get his proper definition of vegan, and is if you go vegan, you're going to suffer bad health consequences fleshed out. Oh, thanks for the tip there, Claire. What do you guys have to say about that? Hopefully I got him to reconsider his what I think is a bizarre definition of vegan, to just not call it vegan, call it what I call it. Like vegan inspired, vegan influenced. Vegan with an asterisk, anything. But yeah, it's these words have certain meanings, and yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about there. So we'll see. Let's see. So let me see. Anyone? Let me look at all your comments here, guys. Yeah, meat eaters suffer way more bad consequences. Yeah, for sure. Guess the BW Blue Wren. Yeah, I did offer him a guest in at one point, and it was a night I was only on for like half an hour. So if you want to chat for a second, Ren, you want it? All right, just come into the queue, and if you're not, all right, I haven't even looked at my guest queue. Let me take a look at it. So that's what I like about YouNow, guys. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you should be over here on YouNow. That's where the discussion is really happening. I don't see the comments, these live comments on YouTube. I just see them on YouNow. Okay, Blue Wren. All right, if you're ready, here we go. Blue Wren from Australia. It's finally going to happen. This is about a month or so ago when we were talking about doing it. Hey, there you are.
Aloha, Ryan. What's going on?
Hey, what's your name again?
Chris.
Chris. All right, cool. Good to meet you. I've seen your videos out there surfing in Australia, making me very jealous with all the beautiful surf and point breaks, but we've got them here too, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a sort of must-do. I've certainly surfed a lot of the world, but those California point breaks, is something I'll have to do. And I also want to see all the vegan sort of restaurants and cafes that they have in LA. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I can't even keep up with it anymore. It's that bad. I mean, I live a little bit outside of Los Angeles, about half an hour south in Long Beach. But every time I go to LA, it's people have gone to this new vegan place, that new vegan place. No, I have not. I probably have maybe just scratched 40-50% of all the vegan places in LA. So yeah, it is quite a thing going on out here. The West Coast is pretty good, actually. All the West Coast of the United States.
I've just got back from a surf myself. It was very small, but it's a point break, and it's a traditional longboarders wave, and it's probably the first surf back in a few weeks, probably in about a month. So it's just good to sort of get back on board, and
feels good.
You would agree that surfing can cure everything, and you don't see too many fat surfers. So my goal for 2017 is probably to YouTube and YouNow less and surf more, and that's the sort of direction I want to take my life in, and just blog it a bit, and yeah.
Love it. Sounds great. Yeah, no, surfing is awesome. I would surf more if it just didn't take so much time to just do the whole thing, to drive, to surf, get back, take a shower. Like the whole day's kind of gone. So it's just kind of, I have to dedicate a big chunk of time. So, but when I do it, it's always worth it. If someone's never done it before, it's one of the most incredible things you can do. It's one of the most spiritual sports out there, combining spirituality and environmentalism. You're aware of water quality. It's a great sport. It's just a great workout too. So what do you want to talk about, Chris? Yeah, I remember you wanted to come on like a month or so ago, and I got you tonight here. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, what's on my mind is probably some of the unity for the vegan YouTube community, the VYC, the hashtag of making veganism great again. After probably the collapse of Durian Rider and Freely, and I would certainly say their channels are back on the mend. If people want to check out some awesome content, I find Durian Rider's videos, I think they're the best they've ever been at the moment. But we need to sort of get back to those sort of dizzying days when YouTube veganism was singing, and there's a concept that Vegan Cheetah and I are working towards is the umbrella concept and the umbrella definition of veganism. And to relate this to you, it's very similar to all the different types of surfers there are. There's body surfers,
full on, yeah,
kite boarders, wind surfers, stand-up paddle boarders, longboarders, shortboarders. It's a never-ending list, but there's all these different subtypes, and there is discourse between these subtypes at some stage. But when they need to come together and they need to unify, they come together under the umbrella of the definition of being a surfer. They all identify as being a surfer, and then they can realise their unity and protest that ocean out for sewerage or the building of a marina or something like that. Now, traditionally, there's been a lot of disrespect shown to those who are eating a meat-based diet. We've got the likes of, some of the more militant vegans, would revert to them, calling them meatards, and basically calling people who are eating meat retarded. Now, that may or may not be the case, but, to go around and insult these people, I just don't think is healthy. And, in order to grow veganism, I think we need to focus on where tomorrow's vegans are coming from. Now, traditionally, the mindset, of the dinosaur rhetoric, the vegan elite, the Durian Riders and so forth, has always been on the focusing of preaching to the converted, preaching to the vegans, in order to grow their channel, to sell their ebook, click, like, subscribe, share. And, it's the promotion. And it was really a pyramid scheme. Now, what I'm hoping that we can do, and when I came in, because I was a dietary vegan, I certainly had an awareness of the environment with surfing and so forth, but I didn't have an ethical connection. And it was fairly offensive when I came in that, no, you're plant-based, and what I find is that we're divided by definition. So I think we need to relax. If you want to identify as a level 6500 vegan, you want to, be the most radical, ethical, vegan, known to man, that's fantastic. But the veganism is a journey, and some are further along, on that journey than others. Some have more education, and that's the key point. What's essential is that we attract as many people as we can to veganism, right? And we should afford a protection to anyone that seeks it. Veganism should be for anyone that seeks it, because veganism is really a conversation. The front line of the vegan movement is a conversation with someone that eats meat. And we need to drag these people in, wherever they may be, because if they've made a conscious decision that they want to move towards veganism, and keep in mind, they're probably making this decision alone, they're going against their family, they're going against, the indoctrination of the world in which they live, and they've made this radical decision to go vegan. And, when they traditionally come into, the VYC, they get labelled newbies. Oh, piss off, mate! Carb the fuck up. This guy's obviously undercarbed, and there's a lot of, it's not a welcoming environment, and we've traditionally worked on a culture of exclusion rather than a culture of inclusion.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in right there. I agree with what you're saying. We've always been about inclusion, as I said earlier when I was talking to Charles. We don't speak down to people. We don't make them feel like they're bad because they're not fully vegan. As long as you're interested, that's the most important. I think that's the hardest thing. I think that's even more important than going vegan. It's just having your mind open to it, because once you're on the path, you're on the path. Then you can get there in your own time. It took me many years, so I'm not going to look down on someone and say you're level -4 or whatever vegan. So here's what I'm wondering though. I should have let you get your conclusion, so I guess I'll speed you right up to that. Do we need to change the definition of vegan to include these people under your umbrella concept, or just do we need to change the way we think about people, not speak down to them like they're lesser than or what have you? I mean, I'm not sure. So I guess here's a chance for you to just kind of sum it up. What do you propose here? I think we just need to be better people. I think we can't just be attacking meat eaters all the time. That's just wrong. That's just like, that's not doing any good. I agree with you. We got to get more people, and we need to be cool. But do we need to, like say what vegan Cheetah seem to be arguing? If you're a vegan on the weekdays but not weekends, you're a vegan, because I don't think people are thinking they're vegan. They're eating better. They're on their path. So what do you propose? What's your solution here?
The definition does not need to be changed. And what we're looking at is a black and white argument. And that's what we're presenting to people. We're saying, okay, this is all or nothing. This is veganism. Take it or leave it. Now, if they don't have the education, or as we can label the vegecation, they're not going to be able to be informed to make a quality decision. Now, if we're offering, uneducated people an all or nothing ultimatum, it's really going to come down to they're going to choose nothing every time. Now,
wait, where do you get that at? I mean, we have people literally every day contact us in one way or another, telling them how we influence them, watching our videos. They're either there now, they've been it for a few months, or they're halfway there. I mean, and we've never laid down the gauntlet that you have to be 100% vegan. I think they are attracted to being vegan the same way I was attracted. It's not like a weird thing to be attracted to. And like I said, on the way, I wasn't all the way vegan, but I wasn't bummed. I feel great eating more plants now than ever, and I'm trying to, back then trying to eat more and more. So, okay, I'll let you continue. I'm just saying I don't think we're turning people off.
Yeah, and nothing's going to change. And this is the thing. What we're doing is veganism is a conversation. Converting people to veganism is a conversation. That's dialogue between someone that is vegan and someone that isn't. Now, in order for us to sort of get an overview of, how it all works and, people's, process and journey towards veganism, there's many different, types of vegans. And, you've got high carb, low fat, raw till 4, we've got militant vegans, ethical vegans, dietary vegans, and then we've got new vegans, we've got transitioning vegans, and then there's the vegan curious. Because if veganism is a conversation, all these subtypes of vegans have to be acknowledged, because I would say that the priority and the importance is not on those who are already vegan. The emphasis should be on those who are not vegan. Now, I came up with the 50 Shades of Grey, presenting not a black and white issue, to make it easier for people. Now, some people will come for ethical reasons, and the same people that are coming to veganism now will still continue. But what will happen is this may create a culture of inclusion rather than a culture of exclusion. Now,
let me stop you right there. Let me stop right there. I think nothing really needs to change other than personality types. Yes, as you said, there's militant vegans out in the world and on YouTube. There's friendly vegans out in the world and YouTube. I think people's just personalities need to change. I don't think really not much needs to change. Unfortunately, in the early days of vegan YouTube, there was a bias towards a certain kind of vegan YouTuber, a certain kind of aggressive mindset. That's changing now. There's all sorts of different types of vegans out there. So what I'm saying is it starts with us inside to communicate in a way that's attractive to non-vegans and vegans alike. And I think, if I can judge myself, we're doing something along those lines. I'm not sure if we need to like do anything different other than just change the way we think about people.
Well, it's a new strategy, and I came up with the concept for 50 Shades of Grey, but then one of my very intelligent sort of audience members, what they came up with is 50 shades of gradually reducing eating animal products. So grey spelt GREA, so 50 Shades of Grey. But it's just important that in order for us to develop as a community, we have to improve our dialogue. Definition is so important. And because if we're going to be, preaching to those that are, eating meat, we have to, be able to clearly identify who we're talking to, at what stage they're at, what help they're going to need. And, what my biggest concern at the moment is we can look at perhaps the last dietary fad, it would be fair to say, has been paleo. Now, what my concern is that the next, dietary fad will be plant-based. Now, what's essential, I would love it for it to be veganism, and if we incorporate, plant-based as a subtype of vegan, and, a plant-based diet is only someone who hasn't made an ethical connection yet, that would be fantastic for veganism. Because the earlier the better, and we need to make an impact, because science, I think if people go plant-based, it may be very hard to pull them out of being plant-based and get them to go vegan, because it only takes a few little reference points, looking at some of the stuff Freely says, looking at some of the baby stomping that, Vegan Gains promotes. It's a very sort of dangerous tightrope. And I just think it's very important for the growth of veganism, the rapid expansion. Also, why let
me jump in right here. Again, I'm going to say, I don't know if we, what you're saying here is going to you're going to be the leader of a new kind of type of veganism. We just need to have more vegans that are more open and accepting of others. That's really the bottom line, And this one girl here that keeps trolling me, saying, we'd be better off if we're more open, or if our definition was open. No, who cares what I think of the definition? The fact is how I look at people, how I look at as individuals. I don't look down on people. That's just me, and I think we need more of that in the vegan community. I mean, like I said, everyone's on a different part of their path of the vegan journey, and that's what we need to accept. I don't know if we need to really change that much more than, like I said, than just change ourselves. The community is there, and we're gonna have all kinds of people. We're gonna have people like Vegan Gains doing their thing. We're gonna have people like us presenting a more chill kind of attitude, and people are attracted to different personalities. I've had so many people say, actually, Vegan Gains is what brought me to veganism and to you guys. So who would have thought that? So with the way he puts his message out there.
But that's my point. What's essential is that we broaden the spectrum of veganism, okay, and that will attract more people. Then we'll have more. What do you mean?
Diverse... What do you mean? Okay, here's Hang on. Wait, no. What is the spectrum of? What do you mean by spectrum of veganism? Because now we're getting to something. What do you mean by that? The spectrum of veganism.
So at one point, if we could say, okay, the beginning point of your vegan journey would start at being pre-vegan. So instead of calling them meatards and treating them with disrespect, we call them pre-vegan. Okay, it's just a term, okay? And at the other end of that spectrum, you could have a militant vegan living in the rainforest, and they're living like Jonah Sunshine, totally raw, off the grid, off the hook, right? So there's a spectrum in between, and the diversity in that community will appeal to more and more people. So the more diverse we can be as a community, the better. And
we are. We already have that. We already have that kind of diversity, Chris. I'm not sure what really needs to change, other than, like I said, people changing themselves.
The only resistance I get on this is from established vegans. Those who are new to veganism absolutely love it because what they want to feel is welcome. I care less about vegans. I care about those that are eating meat, eating and consuming meat. That's who I care about. That's the front line of veganism. I'm not selling an ebook. I'm not selling a cookbook. I don't monetize my channel, right? What I'm about is establishing our strength as a community so we can move forward and advance as quickly as possible. One thing that I also want to do that I feel absolutely ashamed of is that as a community, if we had 100,000 subscribers paying $5 a week, that's a cup of coffee, right? That's $500,000 a week. That would set up 5 vegan cafes on Main Street every week. That's 250 vegan cafes or businesses a year. That's making a real difference for the price of 1 cup of coffee. But what we're seeing, why are we seeing so much resistance to this? Why are we getting so caught up over a definition? We should say, hey, do people new to veganism, do they like that concept, do they? Oh, fantastic. Maybe that might be the ad campaign or, that may be like a marketing strategy. Even if we just looked at this, umbrella concept as a marketing strategy to attract and retain new vegans. Okay? Because at the moment we're giving them an all or nothing approach and they come in and I'll give you an example, right?
Chris, let me stop right there. This is a really interesting evening for me here on YouNow. I usually don't have a queue of guests. I'm lucky if I have one on usually, and I want to spread the love around. And we've been on for a little bit here, Chris. And why don't we continue this conversation on a future YouNow? You usually you've seen me on several times, so let's talk again. I've seen a few people here that really want to jump in here, and is that cool, Chris? I just want to spread the love.
Aloha, and we need to bring little bit more aloha to veganism.
Yeah, let's bring the aloha from the surf into the vegan YouTube community. I'm totally down. So,
right.
All right, cool. I'm going to pick the top person on my queue here and see what happens. This is interesting. This is going to be an interesting little night for me. All right, take care, Chris.
All the best. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's see. I'm not sure who Plant Style is, so let's talk a little bit here. I've not done this before. I have guests on all night here. All right, so let's see if Plant Style is going to connect or if she's still even around. And I see you, Amber Combi and Snitch too. All right, so not getting a connection there with her. I'll give her a couple more seconds, and if not, I'll try you, Abercrombie. Let's see. No luck there. Okay, I'll try you, Abercrombie. All right, I've seen you commenting all night, so I'm pretty darn certain you are there.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Good. How you doing? What's your real name again?
John.
John. Okay, cool, John. Good to see you here.
Hey, good to see you too, man. I'd like to give a shout out to Blue Ren. I've had some issues with Blue Ren, but he came on here and he didn't cut to insults or anything. He said his idea. I totally disagree with his idea, but he just said his idea, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here tonight. I've never had a whole night of just like getting ideas out there and always in a respectful, open, safe kind of manner. Yeah, well, we'll talk about things critically, but it's a safe way to talk here. So what do you want to talk about, John?
Yeah, I just wanted
to vegan logic. Yeah, we need more vegan logic in the world, huh?
Yeah, you're about to get it right now because everything they said doesn't make any sense. I just want to stress to people because I understand what I don't know if Blue Ren is doing this on purpose. I'm fairly certain that Vegan Cheetah is doing this on purpose. But what they're doing is trying to include a small extremist bunch of vegans that say stuff like meatards and going out hurting people's feelings and trying to make people feel awful if they barely step out of line. He's trying to include those small group of people into a very large, loving, inclusive group. You are an inclusive person. You would sit around with people who are not vegans, who are trying and go, oh man, I went 3 days without eating meat. Then I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to eat some on this day. You're not going to put them down. I'm not going to put them down. A lot of people in the chat, we're not going to put them down, but they want to include all of us in this group. And again, I can't, I can't answer for either of them, to be honest, but I feel that Vegan Cheetah is doing it from the things that he said in video on purpose. I don't know if Blue Ren is doing it on purpose. And they're trying to make all of us feel ashamed to be ethical vegans. Every word out of Vegan Cheetah's mouth is to destroy and put down ethical vegans. I am very proud of my stance of what I include to eat or not eat, to put on the representation of I will not stand for the slaughtering of animals. That's exactly what we're doing. We put it. The reason you don't want to go and sit with vegans and someone orders a sandwich and there's cheese on it, the reason you say no, I did not order this, is because you're putting on a stance. You stand firm. You're taking a stance. It's not easy to take a stance. I saw Ethical Vegan the other day, Vegan Cheetah brother Andrew Marlowe, and he said like, "Yo, nobody's gonna become vegan. We talking 200-300 years. So what's the whole point?" When once you say something like that, you can no longer be an ethical vegan. If Martin Luther King said something like that, if all the people that fought for slavery when the whole country was against slavery, it takes people willing to take a stance that it seems overwhelming odds that put their heart on the line to do this, to make a change. You don't give up. You don't. And they're saying that this etymology argument, argument of definitions, we're not making that argument. We're saying we love people who would be meatless Mondays. They're just not vegans. That's just the real definition. So if you want to change that, you're the person making the etymology argument. You're the person that care about definition. You're the person that care about words. So it's like I understand that I'm not their target audience. You are not their target audience, Happy Healthy Vegan. Their target audience are people who want to sit around in drama, who don't want to be vegans because vegan's too hard, but they need them to sit around in drama, so they need them to feel good. Hey, you can sit over here and still be a part of our vegan group. Just don't eat it some days, and then you can still have your whole lifestyle that you have and still sit over here and support me and my channel and destroying ethical veganism. Because one thing Vegan Cheetah can't get around is the recordings. And his recordings, when he didn't know he was recorded by the Order 66 guys, he said on the recordings, I want to destroy these fucking vegans. I want to destroy these ethicals. This is somebody who doesn't realize that they're being recorded. This is how they really are. If all your videos are negative.
He really said that?
Yeah, we can play it right here live on air. I thought you saw that. Yeah, he really said that. I mean, wow. We got plenty of people on the side. We got 149 people here. We can play it right here.
Well, what was the context? Why does he want to destroy ethical vegans? And I don't get it.
I've never seen anywhere that he cared. Think about this. I've typed this a billion times tonight. I want you to think about this, Happy Healthy Vegan. Vegan Cheetah said that he got chicken ramen noodles because it's too far down the road, too many miles down the road to go and get Oriental ramen noodles, vegan ramen noodles. Okay.
Yeah, we called him out on that. Yeah. Mm.
But if he's when you have passion, you will do what it takes. He has passion into having muscles and abs and being ripped. His passion for that allows him to run 4 to 5 miles a day. He has vlogs where he can run this much, but he can't drive his car to the nearest store that has a couple miles down the road that has vegan noodles. He can't take that drive. He has more money. He was eating these chicken noodles when he didn't have a successful vegan YouTube channel. So now he's getting extra money. You can't put that gas in your car. He's not willing to fight, just like his brother's not willing to fight by saying it's too much, we can't do it. If you're not willing to fight, you spend all your time putting down ethical veganism, saying anything negative under the sun about this. You try to destroy us at every wake and turn. It's not about the weather, it's about the climate. The weather, someone's not taking cheese off their sandwich. That's one small thing. The climate is everything you do as a total sum. You show me that you're not a vegan. That hurts.
Yeah.
When you have the power to influence other people and you try to destroy us and you commit slander. And he says he wants to, if he doesn't show a video where Bite Size Vegan said 100% of what this other person said, I have a degree in writing. We had to study this to get my degree. If he doesn't show something that's 110%, everything matches, then he's about to commit slander because you cannot copyright an idea.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get into the specifics of. Yeah, because ideas and concepts are not patentable. They're not copyrightable. You can't you can't go to court and sue someone over a concept, is what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm really not informed on that whole Emily matter. I've never chatted with her. I've never spoken with her. Seems like a cool person. So I don't want to really delve into waters I just am ignorant in, basically. Speaking of, let me think. I think I got some more guests here, John. This is weird. I tell you, I've never had a night with so many people wanting to guest on here.
Hey, get everybody on, man.
They all came for the fight. They wanted to come see the big fight, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, man, and get everybody on, and thank you for the message that you put out there. There are a lot of people, a lot of disturbed people who come here for the drama, especially on YouNow. I want to thank you for actually being a good, ethical vegan who actually really care right here for the real message.
Thank you. I appreciate that, John. Yeah, we get a lot of hate, as every vegan YouTuber does, but I'm glad, the vast majority sees us as who we really are. You summed it up there beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Hold it down.
All right, bye, John. All right, so let me get a couple more people on here. I see people I've never seen before, so hopefully this will all work out here. Sophia, are you really there?
Yes, we're here. Hi. Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You guys might have to move over there. Yeah, the camera angle kind of halves once you guys are on shared as a guest here. So what is up? Who are you guys?
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm Emma. And I've been thinking about going vegan for quite some time.
Oh no, you're not vegan? That means you're a bad person. No, just kidding.
I have a lot of vegan meats and they're really good, but I'm just struggling with the whole milk and dairy part. So what do you suggest for that? Because almond milk.
All right, you raised some really good points. Just, you don't believe it. Just that your little 3 sentences there. There's so much that could be said about that. First of all, congratulations. Like I said, the most important thing, as I was telling Charles, Vegan Cheetah, is having the open mind to go vegan. I think that's more important than actually the day you do become vegan, because when you have the open mind, that gets you on the path, and that's what it's all about. So if it takes you 5 days, 5 months, or 5 years, it took me years. So congratulations. But secondly, milk, that's probably the hardest thing to kick, because I know so many 20-year, 30-year vegetarians, they're pretty much vegan, but they can't get rid of the dairy. I bet you didn't know this. I didn't realize this until I started reading some books from the vegan medical doctors, that dairy, we're talking about cheese and milk, has morphine in it. There's a little bit of morphine in dairy. Morphine is a very highly addictive drug. So that's what makes cheese so... people can give up meat. That's pretty easy. Strangely, you'd think that would be the hardest, but cheese is the toughest because of the morphine. So that's why you're probably not, able to just kick it like you did meat. Are you finding it to be kind of tough to kick?
Yeah, it's just harder, I guess, to find substitutes for it, because meat's easy to find substitutes for. They sell a ton of that, but I haven't been able to find good cheese substitutes.
All right, here, let me give you some tips here first. I think the vegan meats are a good transition food. If you guys are just transitioning right now, awesome. The more I got into it, the less of those vegan meats I'd eat. I wouldn't. At first, I was eating, processed, fake vegan bacon, vegan burgers, vegan sausage, the whole thing. Then I found out I was just eating all this processed food and not really feeling all that great, because the food's got all these weird chemicals in it. Most of it's frozen and stuff like that. You're gonna be best off when you have more whole foods, not talking about the market, but plants, real plants. The basis, probably 90% of my calories come from stuff like beans, rice, potatoes, all sorts of legumes like beans and chickpeas and split peas, and bananas and peaches and stuff like that. So the more whole foods you can get in your diet, the cheaper it's going to be, because that processed food can be really expensive, and the better you will feel. As far as having substitutes, though, and if you want to have them right now in your early stages, awesome. Good. There's really good cheeses out there right now. Have you tried chow cheese?
I have not. I'm going to write
Yeah, that's better. You've probably seen Daya cheese, right? That's in most supermarkets. Really salty. I liked it at first, but I noticed when I ate it, it's oh man, there's tons of ingredients in there. It's not the greatest thing for you, but check out the chow cheese. That's a little bit better. As far as milks, have you tried almond milk? But the kind, there's all different flavors and kinds. Have you tried vanilla unsweetened? Have you tried that particular variation? Vanilla, but unsweetened, meaning they don't put any sugar in the milk, but it's sweetened with vanilla, so it gives it the nice taste from the the vanilla. Try that if you haven't. I drink that almost every day. Almond milk, vanilla unsweetened. And I think almond milk is probably the tastiest of all the milks, but, try them all out. There's rice, soy, a whole bunch of these plant-based milks. So try that. Try them all out. But yeah, first I would try vanilla unsweetened. Any brand, they all taste the same to me.
All right. Well, thank you. That helped. I took some notes.
Okay, cool. Thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure.
Well.
All right, bye. Bye, Sophia. What's your name again? Emily?
Emma.
Emma. All right, Sophia and Emma. Good to see you guys here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, bye. This is fun, guys. This is totally cool. All right, I'm going to try another duo here. Snack pack? Snick pick? We'll see what happens. Are you guys here? Yeah, you can get all this stuff, guys. I said, yeah, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, most markets, they have all these various vegan, processed foods. Hey, guys.
Hi. Hello.
What's your guys' names?
My name is Daniel.
My name is Janelle.
Daniel and Janelle. Cool.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so we don't have any questions. We just wanted to come and say hello. We're both vegans. I turned vegan about a year ago, and Janelle's been a vegan kind of off and on, but we just totally went full vegan. The reason that I turned vegan was I was watching some of the videos of what happens to animals, and just overnight totally went full vegan. Next day had meat
never
since.
Looked back.
Yeah, never looked back. It's been great.
That's kind of what happens. Yeah, I was dabbling in veganism for years, and finally one day I just drew a line in the sand, like, no more dabbling. I'm just going to go for it now, because I've already seen how easy it is, how practical it is, how good I felt. So why am I dabbling out of just like some weird convenience, or it's like, just screw it. I'll I don't need that convenience anymore. I'll put myself out in an uncomfortable place and go for it. So cool. Congratulations for doing it a year. See, if you've done it a year, and you're in, right? You're done.
I feel I don't think I could even go back to eating meat or dairy or anything like that. It
doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way now. Like, I lived in Texas for 22 years. I just recently moved to Connecticut, so I was big on hamburgers. I was big into barbecue, all this stuff. But after going vegan, I kind of found out that I could eat vegan barbecue. I could eat hamburgers, and I could even cheeseburgers.
But even when we do eat that vegan greasy food, we feel kind of sick after.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few of those new Beyond Burgers, and they're fun. They bring back that burger experience. Put some chow cheese on it, and it feels like a friggin' burger. But yeah, afterwards, like, I don't feel that great though. I wish I kind of had just some rice and potatoes or something.
Yeah.
So any particular question you want to ask or anything like that, or any message you want to try to get out there, or anything you want to debate me on?
I saw that you guys were debating vegan Cheetah. I kind of watch your videos a lot, and I just showed Janelle your channel, and I saw that you were broadcasting, and I was like, whoa, it's like live on YouTube. So I was like, okay, well, let's kind of check this out, and we just totally just came in and just want to say hello.
Yeah, I wish we had something to debate, but from everything you've said, I think we mostly agree
you're spot on.
So let me get this right. You saw this on YouTube, and you saw how I kept telling people, or follow the link, come over to YouNow so you can get in on the real discussion. Yeah, anyone that has been watching on YouTube, you can see it, but you can't really join the live, all the comments and everything, all the people here. So come over if you want to try to get guested on here.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you have any other questions, you can let me know now. If not, I'm gonna try to get everyone on here if I can. This is cool. I've never had a night with so many guests popping by.
Go ahead. Bring some other people on. You're doing great.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Good talking to you.
Thanks.
Later.
All right, bye, guys. All right, so let's try. I tried plant style earlier, and let's see. And it didn't work, so let's see if it works this time. I have a few other people there. Isel, Garden Genius, Heartstrose 33. Let's see. Oh, you are here, plant style. All right, good.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I had to refresh it. Like the connection wasn't that good. Hi, everybody. Hi.
Isel, I see you. I see you.
Finally meet you, Ryan. I've been
let's-
watching your videos for years, and Jesus, I don't know. I'm from California.
One second.
Okay.
I'm going to let Isel know I see you. I think we've talked before online, but I want to talk to some new people here. I'll get you. Just hang on, bro. It's no big deal, man. I've got a lot of discussion going here.
You said you saw me what?
Okay, I was letting Isel know that I'm not ignoring him. I'll get him on. I just want to talk to some of you guys here too. So, what are you saying? Actually, your connection isn't that great. Your video's kind of frozen, and your audio is kind of like sounding all chopped up and breaking. So, I don't know. Do you have a better spot for Wi-Fi in your place, or I think that's probably why you got dropped before. Just a poor connection. Yeah. See if you can find a better. Yeah, sounds like a 56K modem, huh, Greg? Yeah, she got dropped. So that's what happened. I didn't kick you off there, plant style. Just the connection stinks. All right, Isel, let's have some fun, man. All right, by popular request here. And plant style, if you're looking around, yeah, for a better, maybe a stronger part in your house, closer to your router. If assuming you're on Wi-Fi. So that's what's going on there. Yeah, good connection is critical. So yeah, I just put Isel on. Let's see if it connects well here. I have to say I'm getting kind of tired here. I put a lot of mental energy into my hour with Cheetah.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Ryan?
Good, Isel. How are you doing?
I'm all right. This is broadcasting from sunny, fabulous, beautiful Dahong, China. I live near the border with Myanmar. Well, this is the middle of winter here, and that's my laundry hanging. But you see the palm trees out the window?
Yeah.
I'm in one of the few places in the world where winter is more beautiful than where you are in California. This is a really beautiful and fascinating part of the world.
Yeah, it looks like California, other than this year when it's kind of actually raining. But yeah, we got all the palm trees and all too.
This is the tropical edge of China on the border with Myanmar, southwest corner. And it's also the Theravada Buddhist edge. I just heard you mention before that you identify as a Buddhist. What form of Buddhism are you attached to? Do you have a temple? Do you have a tradition or a monastery?
Yeah, it's not Mahayana or Theravada. It's just right by my house here is like one of the most I guess important Tibetan Buddhist centers in California. Dalai Lama's been through here several times. I go to by my parents' house. There's I think the largest Buddhist temple in the Western Hemisphere. So I pop by there when I go. But I don't align myself with any particular like organized school, even though or religion part of it. Buddhism, the way I like to describe it, is kind of a philosophy / psychology, and the external stuff is not necessary, but it's important. But yeah, I don't go to any temples or anything like that on a regular basis.
So I don't know if you know about my background. You and Angie, I mean, whenever you guys comment on me or when you comment on Cheetah, you tend to start by saying you haven't actually watched my videos. You say that about Cheetah too. It's like you haven't actually seen his videos, but and then the comments come.
Don't take it personally. I mean, yeah, we as content creators actually spend a lot more time on the content creation than the content consumption.
I was in mid-sentence, but I was going to say on that example, you probably don't know that I was a scholar of Buddhism for more than 10 years. I've done deep, complex textual study. I learned how to read Pali, the language of the original canon. So I actually became a recognized expert in Buddhist philosophy. So that's a whole part of my background that I think you might not know about me because, as you say, you don't watch my videos.
Okay, cool. Good to know. We need more Buddhists out there, vegan and non-vegan. I think more Buddhists in the world, better world is going to be. More chill, less wars, more enlightened.
No, I don't believe that at all. I used to live in Cambodia. Cambodia is a Buddhist country, and it's home to some of the most extreme acts of genocide and violence, what have you. I'm not a rose-colored...
let's not go there, but I'm just saying in general. Yeah, of course there's exceptions and stuff like that. But what brought you on here tonight, Isla? What do you want to talk about?
I was just opening by saying...
Okay.
No, I just think it's interesting for you because you identify as Buddhist. As I say, it's an interesting example of something where there's a whole side of my character and my career that I think you guys don't know about, although it is on my YouTube channel. I mean, I'd also say, in terms of this thing of having people like Cheetah on And where, I understand, for a very long time, I was very encouraging about to Cheetah myself. I don't know if he's told you, I had a really positive influence on his life. He went back to school because of me. That's been stated publicly on YouTube. He's also discussed it with me privately and in podcasts with me. There was a time when I was really encouraging him to get his life together and go back to school, and where, we had a real friendship. On the other hand, like currently, the level of slander and defamation that he engages on routinely on his channel, even towards someone like me as a former friend of his, he has stated that I'm facing criminal charges as a wife beater for assaulting my ex-wife, the woman I'm divorced from, which is not only not true, he knows it's not true because he was my friend. He knows about my legal situation, and he's saying things like that just to get attention. So, this is someone who's engaging in really destructive defamation that could go to court, even in the United States of America, and defamation that does really harm people. One example is Anna Scanlon. You may not know that situation, but Anna Scanlon has a PhD in history. She's someone who could really make a positive contribution to veganism. Many ways. Just say she's intelligent and she's a vegan and she's a PhD.
Well, we're heading to Isel. Okay, you've given a couple examples there. Where's the conclusion heading towards? Like, you're saying he says some scandalous stuff about people, and I know firsthand what that's like, because last summer he said lots of scandalous, really horrible stuff about us. So there's no disagreement there. So where are you going?
Well, I think my point was the first thing I said at the top of the topic. I don't think it's possible to engage in this kind of critique or even this kind of cooperation with people without seeing the primary source document, without actually watching the video, without actually reading the book you're reviewing, or whatever it is.
No,
that's all.
Okay, let me back up a second here. It's not like we've not seen any of his content. We just don't watch all his YouNows. We don't watch all his videos. But of course, we've seen some. We've seen enough to know who he is, roughly what he's about. Yeah, we don't catch every last thing. So I want to clear that. A lot of people say, well, you should have done your homework. Like, no one has seen all his stuff, unless the most fanatical hater or lover of his channel, which we're not. So yeah, we know what's going on. In fact, before this debate, I went through and rewatched some of these critical videos where I called him out on, like, say, his definition of vegan, the negative health consequences. So I just want to get that out of the way.
Ryan,
I think I know enough. I don't know everything.
Ryan, I didn't start this off in a confrontational way. I started off by saying I myself used to be a friend with Cheetah.
Actually, I wasn't addressing you. I was addressing others who have accused us of being completely ignorant about what vegan Cheetah does. It's like,
I understand.
We're in the middle. It's like in the middle path. We don't know everything. We're not completely ignorant. We're kind of in the middle. We know enough to have a discussion with him, as I showed tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue on there.
I just say I also have the experience of trying to be his friend and trying to be supportive and trying to be understanding and trying to assume the best about his intentions. But the reality is we're talking about someone who has acted with real malice, who's really defamed people, who's really slandered people, and who's had a negative impact not only on their lives as individuals, but who has had a negative impact on the vegan movement. And the question of, many people don't know this now, because people forget what happened 3 months ago or 6 months ago on the internet. At a time when Cheetah was really supporting me publicly, he had supported me during my fundraiser, I criticized Cheetah even when he was defaming Durian Rider. For me, on point of principle, I came out and said, no, although it's wrong when Durian Rider defamed me, it's just as wrong when Cheetah defames Durian Rider. And that's when Cheetah stopped being my friend, because from his perspective, I dared to criticize him. At that time, and the defamation he said about Durian Rider maybe wasn't so serious, but he was saying that Durian Rider had HIV/AIDS. He alleged Durian Rider was sleeping with a 16-year-old, that he was sleeping with Julia Bohr, a number of other lies like that he made about Durian Rider. And at that time, which was immediately after my fundraiser when he'd supported me, I said, look, this is over the line. I don't care if you're my friend or my enemy. I don't care if Durian Rider is my friend or my enemy. Even though Durian Rider may be literally my worst enemy, and I'm still in court with him now, there's a line, and this is the line you don't cross. So that's how I dealt with it, even though I was friends with Cheetah for quite a long time up to that point.
So let me ask you this: Are you issuing a suggestion for? I wouldn't be offended. Are you offering a suggestion on how to deal with him, like cut him off completely? Because I know him, obviously. I try to make a point to know, most all vegan YouTubers, and I just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of randomly got to know him just because he was brought out to Los Angeles for that Veg Source conference. So I would know you if you had been out for any various reasons or something like that. So anyway, what I'm getting at is when I meet vegans who I disagree with, I don't take a tactic of like cutting them off because they're different. I take a tactic of dialogue, diplomacy, engagement. I find that to be my tactic, my strength, as far as like trying to get my 2 cents over into their brain. In a
but not with me.
Packaged in an accepting way, hopefully.
Yeah,
but
Ryan,
ponder and chew on it.
We're all imperfect human beings. I don't hold you to an impossibly high standard. I really don't. I mean, believe me, and that also relates to my situation with Cheetah. Back when Cheetah, people were asking me to denounce him because he was using the N-word on camera. He was using coarse language and racist terminology and homophobic slurs from time to time. And I am actually very forgiving of other people. You might not guess that about me, but I can remember for a long time saying, well, Cheetah comes from, he's an ex-convict. He does swear. He sometimes says racist things, but, he has good intentions. It's this kind of thing. I went through a long period of being very forgiving towards him. But, you've just claimed that you're into engagement with people. You made no attempt to engage me, and that's fine. We're all human. We only have so many hours in the day.
I have no problem.
But I just say you don't actually have a code of that kind. When there was a video you disagreed with me, you didn't talk to me. You've never sent me a single email. You never talked to me back when the Durian Rider thing was happening. You never talked to me at any stage after that. This is the first time we've ever spoken in any format. You've never sent me a Facebook message.
I never knew who you were when the Durian Rider thing was happening. And so many people had taken up your cause. I guess Charles being the main one back then. I mean, I didn't feel any need to like.
I realized that, but that's not. My point is not to complain that I wanted more attention from you. I didn't. I wasn't asking. My point is,
all right.
You've just claimed that you treat Cheetah the same way you treat everyone else. That you try to engage with somebody where there's a problem, and I'm telling you, really, in practice, that's not true. I'm sympathetic. Okay. I understand why. But no, you are choosing to ally yourself with Cheetah and not even to talk to me when there's controversy.
I'm going to talk right now. All right, so here is my response. As I said, I kind of got to know Cheetah through random circumstance. If you were out here, I would have gotten to know you. If Emily from Bite Size Vegan were out here, I would get to know her. Yeah, some people I do get to make friends with online, but I'm saying if I had known you, we would have had conversations, obviously. So you're I just don't know you that well, Eisel. So you just have to.
Ryan,
it's not personal. I don't know what you're trying to get from me. I engage people who I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I should have qualified that. I tend to engage people who I know rather than picking someone at random who doesn't really know me at all. Maybe they know of me, but we don't have any kind of thing. I'm less inclined to reach out to someone.
Ryan, my point is. Ryan, I'm just saying, you set out your principle. I set out my principle. My principle was, even if it's Cheetah defaming Durian Rider, I stand up and say, no, that's wrong. Even though Durian Rider's not my friend, Durian Rider's my enemy, we actually have a court case in Chiang Mai, Thailand, et cetera, still on point of principle. And you replied to that. I understand your position. You said, well, your principle is that when there's a controversy, you try to engage people constructively, whether or not it's Cheetah or anyone else. So my response to this, I understand.
Uncertain circumstances. I don't feel that I'm the it's like the United States. Like, they feel it's like their obligation to go there and correct all the ills on the world political scene. I don't feel like I have such an analogous situation here in the vegan scene. I only step in once in a while. I let the drama unfold because that's really, not to reduce what your problems are down to drama, but that's just really not our thing. Our core message is veganism.
But you did start something with me. You made a video attacking me about Nina and Miranda and misrepresenting what the video said. I don't mind. But if your principle was actually to engage with people.
I asked you to apologize and explain it in an extremely kind and rational manner. I never made any attack. It's all there for all to see. I never said one bad thing about you.
I just say what you're describing about your MO, which I understand, the human reality is something else. We can't deal with every situation that way. You could have at any point, whether it was the Durian Rider thing or the Nita and Miranda thing, you could have at any point sent me an email. And you didn't. That's okay. But I'm just asking you to acknowledge or you don't have to do it now. I'm just saying you can reflect on this. There actually is a big gap between what you're saying your MO is and what your MO actually is in these situations.
No, my MO is I engage with people who I already have some kind of relationship of some kind with. It could be just having met someone one time, then I know them. I really don't watch your content. Don't take it personally. I don't watch all that much YouTube content, so I really don't know you much, Isel, and it's just don't get offended there. Okay?
Brian, this started off with you basically trying to claim that you're not supporting Cheetah, and now basically you're acknowledging you do support Cheetah because he's your friend, because you happen to know him. That's very human. I understand. But that's the reality behind what you're saying to you.
And friend, support and friend. I've met someone a couple times, and I'm not a dick to them, and you're interpreting that as support and friend. It might be, it might not, but you're the one that's taken a logical leap there.
Okay, Ryan. So your position is that I'm wrong, that you actually engage with all these things equally, and you take the time to say, send someone an email when there is a major problem, like, whether or not just take the same two examples, Durian Rider and Nina Rider. Okay. But, Ryan, we're all only human. We all have only so many hours in the day. We all have only so many friends on the internet. I understand that. I really do sympathize. Every day, even if it's only 200 people who want to talk to me, there are a lot of people who want my time. There are a lot of people who want to come on my channel. I understand how it is.
Wonderful.
But the reality is, the way you treat someone like Cheetah and the way you treat someone like Durian Rider is very different from the way you treated me. And you have shown zero interest in the facts.
How do I treat Cheetah and Durian Rider? Can you just briefly get into that?
That
must be interesting.
You know the story. Ryan, I don't care. I wasn't asking for your attention. Some of my fans were. I know a lot of people write to you. Right now, look at the comment section. There are still people who, because of the misinformation campaign against me by Vegan Cheetah, think I stole $6,500. Do you think you're neutral in a situation where Cheetah is defaming me? Cheetah is defaming me about criminal allegations about my ex-wife, that I'm a wife beater. Cheetah is defaming me, saying I stole $6,500. Fraud. And you think you're neutral. You think you just engage with everyone equally. You don't. You are taking sides. You're just ignorant of what the sides are.
Okay, stop. First of all,
serious defamation. You just have no interest in what the situation is.
This broadcast is. I can give you an equally long list of slanderous things that Cheetah has said about us. How do I react to that?
Really?
Reach out to him to
financial fraud and wife beating, assault. That I'm facing assault charges and that I stole $6,500 in financial fraud. Has he made allegations that serious about you? And you're still his friend? Really?
You can weigh him out.
Because you didn't lift a finger with me, and I'm at the other end of that situation. Yeah, it wouldn't be asking a lot for you, Ryan, for you to, if you think you're neutral, you could have heard two sides of the story, and you never have. You've only taken interest in one side of the story. And those are very serious forms of defamation. It has negative impacts on the vegan movement and negative impacts on me. It's not a game.
First of all, Isel, I never reached out for anyone to help me in my battle of the Cheetah's slander against me. I don't know why you're drawing me into this. So it's a situation. If you have a situation, fight it yourself, bro. I mean, I'm not asking you to help me. Why do I need to help you and everyone else why do I answer for Vegan Cheetah?
When did I ever ask you to help me?
Why do I answer for Vegan
When did I ever ask you to help me?
No, that's what you're saying. You seem to be upset that I'm not on your side or helping you or something like that. If
you think I'm asking you to help me, Ryan, if you think I'm asking you to help me, you're willfully ignoring what I've said to you very clearly. I have never once asked you to help me.
That's what it sounds like. That's if you want to speak more
clearly, what was my actual
shot? I'll give you one more shot, Isel, and I got to move on. I still have more guests here. I'll give you one more shot to explain what your point is quickly, in 20 seconds. And
Ryan, I hope you've recorded this and you can watch it back later. Ryan, I've explained to you very clearly. I'm a man of principle. Even if Durian Rider is being harmed, even if it is Durian Rider who is being defamed by Cheetah, I say this is bad and wrong, although Durian Rider is not my friend. Okay? Therefore, if you were a man of principle, I'm going to finish this sentence, Ryan, because you have trouble understanding me. If you were a man of principle, Ryan, you would care that someone like Vegan Cheetah is engaging in serious defamation against others, even if they are not your friends. Whether it's Durian Rider or Anna Scanlon or me, Cheetah is someone who has done bad things that have serious consequences. And yes, you have a moral responsibility to do more than the bullshit you have been doing. if you're a man with any shred of moral decency.
All right, Eisel. Obviously, yeah, your Buddhism is shining through nice and loud there, but he's gone. You guys even want me to respond to that? I'm sure what he's getting at. I mean, first of all, let me just say this: he assumes that he knows everything that was conversed between me and Angie and Vegan Cheetah. He has no idea if we ever address the issues of slander, not only the slander against us, but against other people. You know. Actually has been discussed. So you have a huge assumption there, Eisel. So what do you expect me to do? Just because I have a conversation with someone one time, I'm like beholden to them forever? I don't understand what you're getting at here. I've talked to Cheetah twice in real life, both, because of his traveling out here. He's not really like a long-standing, like, ally or something like that. I'm not sure why I need to answer for him. Do I need to answer for Vegan Gains? I know him better. I've never met him in person, but I've talked to him for many years and much more hours and minutes added up. Do I need to answer for him? At one point, people thought we were allies with Duran Ryder. Did I need to answer for his actions? I mean, I'm not sure why it's beholden upon me to explain or rationalize or fix the problems that others cause. And, that's why I said, if you have a problem with someone, instead of complaining and expecting others to fight your battles for you, you could try to fix it yourself. That's what we did. I could have started a war. I made a video calling out Cheetah, but I actually just, after that, I reached out and communicated. That's how diplomacy works. You have two ways to solve an issue. You can either go full on nuclear, literally. I mean, this is so true with, on the world global level, you can go nuclear and destroy everything, or you can have diplomacy, or you could try to do something in between maybe. But anyway, that's what I'm getting at. You reach out, you communicate, and try to fix things. And if not, then you could try to destroy everything, but that's not the way. That's not the Buddhist way, bro. You're talking about being Buddhist. Buddhist first option is not to go out and everything. That's just not it. Anyway, wow, Eisel is a piece of work, huh? It's definitely not a Buddhist vibe. All right, let's see who's been waiting in here for a while. All right, Garden Genius. Let's see what's going on with Garden Genius. If you're still here. Sorry that you've been waiting so long. And I see everyone in here. Plant Style's back. Hopefully she's got a better connection. Anyway, let's see how it's going. Hey, Garden Genius, I see you.
Genesis.
Oh, I heard you. What's that? Yeah, I just got your audio there. How's it going? What's your name?
Well, I go by Garden Genesis because it's like a
Genesis.
thing.
That's what you said. All right, Garden Genesis. So what brings you on tonight?
I like to watch your guys' stuff. It's pretty good.
Oh, thanks. Did you watch the debate with Vegan Cheetah and me?
He stresses me too, though.
Did you watch it though? Even though he stresses you, did you watch us?
Yeah, I watched most of it. I think I had to go to the bathroom and get a drink of water, but I seen where he was on there and kind of like glossed over stuff. But yeah, he stresses me a bit.
He has that effect on people, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have like a calming Buddhist effect on people. Let's put it like that. I try to be that kind of dude.
Yeah, you're calming. I like you, and I like Angie. You're both real, just like.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just West Coast vibes here. It's living in California our whole lives.
I'm in California.
So, anything you want to ask or talk about, or
Oh yeah, I changed my laundry detergent actually to Ecos, and it is really helping me feel better. I had like eczema that I've never had before.
Ooh, wow.
And I think some psoriasis spots, and so I was like all freaked out, and I was using I used Arm & Hammer before, and Tide got my clothes cleaner, and I decided to change to Ecos, and I'd wanted to do it before, but I just hadn't done it. And wow, there's a lot of bad stuff in laundry detergent. I know I look all weird. I've got a clay mask on.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize it's not really a vegan thing, but just once you go vegan, hopefully, if you realize how healthy it is, and you realize how unhealthy other things you had been doing, in addition to like your carnivorous prior ways, you realize all these chemicals that society says we should use. Yeah, look at the list of chemicals and detergent; it's crazy. Yeah, that's why we always try to get eco detergent, stuff like that, biodegradable type stuff. So yeah, good job.
That's
Yeah,
really smart. Yeah, it's helped me. I don't have I'm not scratching myself so much because I was like, well, I didn't eat anything with gluten, so I shouldn't have a rash. And so I'm like, so what's the problem? What's the deal?
yeah. No,
And
chemical
it might have been my
sensitivity.
laundry detergent.
So
Huh?
many chemicals out there. Yeah, people have all these sorts of chemical sensitivity issues. So yeah, cool job. That's part of veganism. It's like unpeeling an onion, figuring out what else is wrong. What else am I doing bad that society is trying to make me do? They give me this bad food. They give me these bad things to put on my body and all this stuff. So yeah,
That's
that's
so
part of the
awful.
vegan journey. I said there's so many aspects to the vegan journey, and some of this stuff isn't even truly vegan, but it kind of is, because if you care about your health, not only do you care about the food, you care about what's in your immediate environment. What are you voluntarily putting into or onto your body? So yeah, this is important stuff. That's all part of feeling good, being healthy, happy, healthy vegans.
Yeah. It's nice to do, actually, and it's hard to do in a society where so many people are so against anybody doing anything good for themselves. It's like, well, wait a minute, like who's like running this show, And you start looking
People
at
who
them.
don't care about the planet and people who don't care about us. People just trying to make a buck, and that's it. That's unfortunately
Make
how it
something.
works that way on a local level, like the real estate developers developing beautiful coastlines so they can make a buck and move and destroy a beautiful beach or something like that, all the way up to these horrible chemical laden products that they push on us. So yeah, veganism is, if done right, yeah, it can be a path of awakening and learning too, beyond just like diet and health change. Yeah.
That's true. Well, you feel better so you can think rationally. Before, you're just so busy trying to push all the bad stuff out of your body that you're a grouch.
I know, huh? Yeah, once you've got rid of all that bad stuff out of your body, then you can think clearly and figure out what else am I doing, huh?
Yeah, there's got to be
That's
something.
not great.
And I turned toward the makeup thing first because I read somewhere that they dissected the brains of Alzheimer's victims and found high instances of aluminum. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
well, I don't
aluminum.
want
That's what
that. So,
that's what society wants you to push right onto the bottom of your armpits, right? It absorbs really well
isn't that
there.
awful?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's what.
I
Yeah, we
stopped
don't
the
use.
deodorant.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, people may have seen our videos promoting and using Schmidt's deodorant, and they don't pay us a dime. They just send us some, and we love it. I put that stuff on every day. Schmidt's is the schnizzle for. In fact, I was going deodorant lists for so long, but I tried their stuff out, and they have my favorite one. It has no scent whatsoever. It just smells like nothing. You put it on, it does its thing. It's like all like natural
It's got
ingredients,
some
vegan.
salt and water in it. Most
I
of
read
it
it
is.
before. I forgot what it is, but yeah, if so, yeah, people like Donna and Vape Cat who haven't used deodorant. Yeah, that's cool. But if you find you want to try some out, I found the one finally, so I'm using it again. So
Well, I've got the roll-on. It's Tom's of Maine, I think. But I don't use deodorant much because when your diet's cleaner, you don't have that nasty reeking odor. And I just rub some like lemon halves or lime halves on my armpits, and it works.
yeah,
Or vanilla, the vanilla bean that they soak in alcohol. I put that on my pits, and that helps. That works. I don't.
Aw.
None,
our
And
guests
here
like you.
it's 120 in the summer, but then I need, to like start washing my underarms. But not that much when I don't eat badly, because you don't stink so much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't say vegans are odorless, but you definitely. I notice when I go visit some of my meat eating friends, it's like, whoa, looks like she's gone. Oh, Garden Genesis. Well, good chatting with you. Anyway, I should move on. I still have a nice little queue here. Let me hit up some people I haven't got yet. I think Heartrose has been on for a long time waiting. So let's see if you're around there. Heartrose 33.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
It's 1 o'clock in the morning and everybody's in bed.
Oh my God, I feel bad.
No. I'm honored to talk to you. Thank you for talking with me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. Yeah. What's your name?
Okay,
Rose?
Heart Rose 33.
Okay, so let's go by that if you like. All right.
So I have a YouTube channel that I've had for, oh gosh, years, and I stopped making videos because 4 years ago I turned vegan, and I was told many times that fat vegans don't exist and that there's something that I'm doing wrong in my diet. And I would get all these comments by vegans, and it was really saddening to me.
Yeah.
So I can understand some of the things that Cheetah's saying, that, you know, when you turn vegan, you get beat up sometimes by other vegans. And
That's
it's
really sad.
It's sad because it's just like, okay, so this is where my point was of what happened to me. I'm a very strict, low-fat, high-carb vegan, okay? And I stopped eating meat almost overnight. I stopped drinking milk almost overnight because I found out that was probably what was making me sick. So it was very easy for me to stop eating that garbage because I felt if I'm going to be sick, if this is what's making me sick, I can get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got rid of it, and I lost. Well, first let me say that I was 415 pounds. I'm 315 now. Okay.
Wow.
The first year, I went gluten-free. I also went gluten-free. So I lost 60 pounds almost right away. And then I slowly lost the 40 pounds. And then I just stopped when I got to 315. Like nothing helped. I don't know why it happened. I don't know. For 3 years now, I've been stuck at 315. And I have stopped. I mean, I've went absolutely no oil. I've went no salt. I've went absolutely no sugar at all. And it doesn't work. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong? There's got to be something else that's wrong then. And I would get all these mean, nasty comments. So I stopped doing videos because I can't, you know, that's not, you know, to have it full of hate. I didn't want that, you know.
No, we have that feeling all the time too. Like, guys, is it really worth it to keep making videos? Because, you know, we try to just put so much positive vibes out there, just good information. And just, you know, good vibes, and just met with it's met with good vibes too back. But yeah, this just seems to be a disproportional amount of hate too, and coming from vegans as well, just discouraging. So yeah, I share your feelings there with you, you know, and hopefully it'll get better soon as far as, like, you know, the hateful vegan YouTube scene. It's a YouTube problem in general. You can have a channel about the most just simple thing like video games, you know, and people all hateful in the comments. You know, I think it's just a fact of people somehow, for some reason, when they're fully anonymous, as you can be on YouTube, people express the craziest stuff that they never would in real person. So,
well, I think sometimes too, somebody had mentioned if I have PCOS. Yes, I do. I really think it's a hormonal problem as well. And so I would reach out to the top vegans and I would ask them, you know, what do you do for this or what do you do that? Because I understand that carbohydrates affect PCOS. And I'm sure that that's a problem. I just don't know enough. So that's why I was reaching out, and maybe that's by me reaching out to other, you know, leaving comments on other top vegans message boards or something, other people would get back to me, and maybe that's where it came from.
I would suggest on questions like that. I mean, I know there's a lot of vegan YouTubers out there who kind of portray themselves as like health gurus and all that stuff, you know, without much, if any, like real experience, like as far as like, you know, years of education and like, you know, actually treating people. I would suggest, therefore, I'm not dissing on people. I would suggest have you talk to any of the vegan doctors, like, you know, they're like Dr. McDougall, you know, people like that.
That's what hurt my feelings so much, is that actually one of the comments from Dr. McDougall was, I had reached out to him. Now, I don't know if he was directed towards me or not, but he did talk on his show, and he said that I've had people ask me, oh, I've been a strict vegan for 3 or 4 years and nothing helped me. And he's just like, he started laughing. He goes, well, what are you, human? Then you can't be a human if it didn't work for you. And I just thought, I mean, I had just asked him that comment, like, I don't know, maybe a week before he made that video. So it just really was just like, was that towards me? And I didn't want to I didn't think it was, but it just kind of hurt a little bit, you know, because it was just like, it kind of bothered me because it's just like, you know, a week before I had asked him that, you know, in 3 or 4 years, that's where I was just like, okay, are you talking to me kind of thing, you know?
Probably wasn't, you know,
Right.
but I would suggest, yeah, having some one-on-one. I mean, if you have specific medical conditions, go to someone that knows medicine rather than just some person on YouTube. I make no claims of, you know, like being a doctor or anything. I have no training in medicine or biochemistry or anything like that. So that's what I would suggest. Seriously, if I got some kind of illness, that's the first thing I would do. I'd be trying to find me one of the celebrity vegan doctors, and if not, I'll just find any vegan doctor if I couldn't.
Yeah, because a lot of doctors, you know, like most of the ones, you know, they're just like, oh, go
eat more meat.
You know, yeah, exactly. You know, oh, you need more protein, and I'm like, that's what made me sick. You know, I'm not going back to that. So
they don't get that. Mm-hmm.
Well, I really thank you for taking the time. My point was, I do understand a little bit about what Cheetah's saying a little bit. You know, like you know, some vegans are beat up, and it's just like, I think that needs to end.
Yeah, I agree with him on that point. I mean, anyone who wants to put out there a message of vegans not hating on each other and vegans just trying to help other vegans and non-vegans alike, just helping everyone to come on board, you know, and be positive about it. So yeah, I definitely agree with that kind of open-minded attitude for sure.
Thank you, and you really did a great job with Isel. I really admire how you did that. That was really good.
Thanks, thank you. Yeah, it was interesting. Huh?
Well, you have a good night. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, you too. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Okay, Con Radical Vegan. This is crazy. I've never had such an active... I guess I've never stayed on for 2 hours, 20 minutes before either. So Andrew's probably thinking out there, what the heck's going on? She was like cooking and...
Hey, Ryan. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Conrad, I assuming? Is
yes,
your name?
Conrad, with Conradical Vegans, my YouTube channel.
Oh, great. All right, cool.
So, I first want to say thank you so much for having your YouTube channel. I encountered your channel back in 2013 when I went vegan.
Wow, that's
I
when we
watched a
started.
lot of the content when Woodstock kind of was falling apart and you guys were sneaking eating rice in that fruit
sort
environment.
of like that. The story's been a little exaggerated, but yeah, we did have some rice.
I know. Yeah, but I really appreciate all that you've done for the vegan community. I think that you have really assumed a form of leadership within our community. When you see something's amiss, you take a stand and you say, hey, watch yourself. These are some points of what I see that could potentially go in a really bad direction, and this is how you can make it better. And you've really done a lot of good for our vegan community by making these videos.
Thanks. Those are ones I'm considering not making anymore, just because...
I understand. It's a lot of pressure, but I think we need some of that.
I feel like I'm just feeding into the hands of the drama folks, you know, by doing that. I'm feeding the fire and staying away from and when I'm making a video like that, I'm not making a video that's actually helping people with some good information or just showing them some good lifestyle vlogs or something like that. I'm wasting time dressing some nonsense that's just a bunch of drama. Maybe it's not nonsense. I'm sure someone's really getting hurt. I don't know. I feel like I want to stay away from drama even more this year than last year. Not that I've dabbled in it much, but I think yeah, I just want to try to
you call it staying out of the drama, but sometimes in order to stop drama, you have to take a stand, and you have felt that drive to be a leader, and a lot of us do look up to you, being in the vegan community for so long.
Well, thanks, Conrad.
I really, like I said, I appreciate it, and I think when we see things like Vegan Gains and Vegan Cheetah, I think a lot of times on YouTube, we want stuff that's entertaining. And I think what really inspires us to watch content by Cheetah and Gaines is that it's satirical, it's funny, and we laugh. And I think as vegans, we carry a lot of the burden of all the terrible things that humanity is doing to the planet and the animals. And this responsibility is very disheartening. And I think that these fields and these channels help us to kind of laugh. And I think we need that instead of carrying all the burden for all that's wrong in the world. But I hope that we can transcend this at some point.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind because I was really taking a no drama 2017 stance.
I understand.
But I will, in the back of my mind, keep processing what you told me here. That on rare occasion, it might be actually beneficial to come out and say my piece and just deal with the consequences. You know.
And you do great by encouraging people along their journey. Veganism's a journey. When I first went vegan, it was mainly for health. And then I started introducing, like, saying, hey, I'm not going to get products that were tested on animals. Mm-hmm. So veganism, it's a journey. You progress as you go along. And that helps to open it up for people that are curious about veganism. And you always put that out to make it open for people instead of this, like, cage, this prison that people feel like, why would I put myself in that?
I know, huh?
You help people along the journey, and that's the point. That's where veganism is best.
Thank you. That's why we got into making vegan YouTube videos. We were helping people in real life, just like acquaintances, friends, and fans of our music and stuff like that. So it's like, let's take it to the next level. And we don't want to get distracted from that. You know, that's really what our goal here is on social media, is just to help people, help vegans or aspiring vegans, and just and provide some entertainment for you too, but not drama.
Absolutely. That comes into it too. But I don't want to take too much of your time. I just want to say thank you and say hey to everyone. And I hope you have a good rest of your show. I'm going to continue watching as you talk to more of the community that's on here. So
all right, thanks, Conrad. Much appreciate you coming by. All right,
bye.
let's try Jan Grafos. Next here, we haven't seen Jan Grafos yet from Mexico, so we'll see how this goes here, guys. I'm starting to get a little undercard if I seem a little chill here. So
hello, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Well,
can you hear me?
Jan, is that? Yes, I hear you fine. Yeah, I see you, hear you great. Are you in Mexico?
Yes, I am. I just wanted to say, long-time listener, and this is the first time guesting with you, so I'm really excited.
What city are you? What city? Mexico DF?
No, I mean actually in Mexicali, if you know.
Where'd you say Mexicali?
Yeah, it's near to Tijuana.
Yeah, right on our border here. Yeah, that's I thought you said. All right, yeah. You're right here.
And actually, I have an accusation for you.
Sure.
You're guilty of this. You see that?
What? Yeah, I see that nice ripe banana there. You're making me hungry. I need one right now.
You turn me into a smoothie addict. I gotta have my smoothies when I wake up. And I love them.
You know what it's like? That's me too, man. Pretty much every morning a smoothie. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. Anyways, I'm trying to keep it light, because I saw he really got my heart pumping when he started yelling and stuff.
Oh, Isel, yeah, I haven't really fully recovered from that weird moment too. I know he gets really emotional.
Yeah, he was going about stuff that should be on the legal system, so it's not really the place, YouNow to do that.
Beyond my scope of what I can do here.
Yeah, and I just want to congratulate you. I mean, because you are an inspiration to a lot of people, at least to me, and I know that a lot of people watch your channel, and you have really a great platform to start veganism and to actually promote it. And I can see now about well, you're welcome. About the umbrella term, if you don't mind me just to elaborate a little bit. Well, there you go.
Look at this.
What do you got there?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow.
It's turned into a full-on night. I've been guessing all these people all night. It's really rad.
You gotta carve up. You gotta carve up.
Let me show once again here, guys. Let me move the microphone for 1 second.
Go right ahead.
All right. So Angie made me. It's probably right out of Keep It Carb.
Look at that.
We got some.
What is the hummus?
We got the we got
potato.
Beans. We got beans here. Several. Let's see. What is chorizo and some? Oh, it's like a chorizo. Yeah, a vegan chorizo meal here. Oh my God.
Oh, vegan chorizo. You have that on vegan?
Refried beans, vegan chorizo, and potatoes and tortillas. So this is very festive Mexican kind of breakfast here, huh?
Yeah. It's just like Angie says, you're really, really a spoiled boy. You're really spoiled.
I am tonight. I've been making food though. I made dinner for us last night.
I guess you're gonna need the carbs though, because it has been kind of a long broadcast.
Well, I feel like I'm in Mexico now, hearing your accent and eating this chorizo. Because I've traveled. I've been to Mexico many times, not just Tijuana. I've been to Mexico City about maybe 4 or 5 times. Been to Puebla, Morelia, León, Guanajuato, and then along the Baja coast. Ensenada, Rosarito, Tijuana. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in Mexico. I love it there.
Yeah, Mexico is really, really great. Actually, even though I'm Mexican, I haven't visited the pyramids, so I really want to go there to visit the pyramids.
Oh yeah, I've been to Teotihuacan, seen the Pyramid of the Sun, the Moon, Quetzalcoatl's temple, and then one time I actually made it out to the Yucatan and went to Chichen Itza. So yeah, I love Mexico. I love Mexico so much.
You've been around there, huh?
Yeah, I've traveled Mexico probably better than I've traveled the United States.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's just a wonderful country. The spirit of the people there is so beautiful. The land is beautiful. I just love it there. It's just hard to, I wasn't vegan back then, so it'd probably be a little tougher now, but
you were getting some taquitos and some.
Well, Rena, I see Rena in the comments. I'm not rich. Trust me. A lot of the times when I went there, it was for my music. I got flown out there several times, 3 or 4 times for shows and stuff like that. So that's how I was able to. I was blessed to be able to travel through Mexico on a lot of free airplane flights.
So it was like a gig stuff that we were going there to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I played several big shows there. In fact, the largest show I ever played in my life, where I headlined, was in Mexico City. Yeah, about 3,000 people.
Man, that's a lot of people.
It was crazy. I was kind of scared.
Yeah, I mean, I would be terrified if I would be speaking or even singing or performing in front of 3,000 people. Right now, I know there are 134, and that's really intimidating at the moment. I mean, I made YouTube videos, but it's not it's not the same. I mean, it's not live. It's not a live format. It's really, really different.
Well, what's the name of your channel? Is it Yon Grafos?
No, the name of my channel is Yon Lopez, but it's actually dedicated to Linux and the operating system. But it actually relates to veganism in a way because it's a free and open source operating system.
You said your channel's about Linux? Oh wow, you're a Linux programmer? Or?
I'm a Linux reviewer mostly. I install the and then people if it's good or if it's bad, and I tell them how to install free software. So in that aspect, I really relate to veganism because veganism is all about kind of being off the grid. It's just getting off of that system. I once heard somebody say that if you want to change the system, you gotta be outside the system. So we really want to change.
I tell people
we gotta go outside.
I tell people that if they want to start a YouTube channel and they're vegan, not necessary to make a vegan YouTube channel. There's already so many. It's impossible to watch all the content. So if you have something else that you're really good at, like Linux, make a show about Linux. If you're good at playing bass, make a show about playing bass and let the veganism kind of seep in and attract people that way.
So it's just like I say. I mean, if it's your passion, go for it.
Anything else you want to talk about, Jan, while I got you? I still have a couple more guests in the queue here.
Well, I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to mention your opinions on the umbrella concept, and if you don't mind, I will take that off the air.
The opinions on what concept? Umbrella concept. Well,
yeah.
I have to admit that I really, I haven't been watching the channels talking about the umbrella concept, so I just kind of know what I learned tonight from talking to Blue Ren. I guess I need to see some more information about it. It seemed to me, as I kind of said, the most important, and this is not to denounce or deny the umbrella concept. It seems like the most important thing we all need to do as vegans, especially the ones on YouTube, just have a good, positive attitude. It's like, I don't know if we need to. It probably wouldn't hurt to have an umbrella concept, but I don't know if it's necessary. What's necessary is a change in mind shift. As we said, with our previous guest, how she was being attacked by other vegans for not doing it right or blah blah blah. What's up with that? That's just crazy, So we just need to have more compassion. It sucks. You see the vegan T-shirt, it says vegan, compassion, blah, blah, blah. It says compassion on these shirts, but I don't see a heck of a lot of compassion coming from many vegans, particularly the YouTubers I'm talking about. So we just need more of that, That really can go a long way. I mean, it's one of the tenets of Buddhism, and it goes a long way. Being open-minded, that's what I'm talking about. So hopefully I gave you guys a satisfactory answer. I'm not saying I disagree with it. I just don't know much about it. I know if it's really necessary or not to have the umbrella concept. Like I said, I acknowledge people on all points on their vegan journey. If that's the umbrella concept, so be it. But it's something I've been doing the whole time. Why did I do that? Because I was on the path too, and I know when I was not on the path. So I acknowledge that everyone's doing it their own way. They don't come to veganism day one and they think about every single last issue that people have been doing it for a year or 5 years think about. So anyway, I get a couple more guests here. I see you, Plant Style. I'll get you back on, and let me get Holistic Najev here. He's been waiting for a while too.
Okay, select me.
All right, I hear you.
Hello.
Hey, how do I pronounce your name there?
I'm not sure. Is it Holistic Negev?
All right, we'll do Holistic Negev. All right, let's go for it.
It's kind of like Tim Sheaf's vegan backwards.
Oh yeah. See, undercarb.
Yeah. So yeah, my real name's Alfredo, like the pasta.
Where you at? Where are you from?
I'm actually we're living in Idaho right now for school. I'm actually going into the dietetics program, or trying to.
Wow, awesome. Good for you.
But originally I was born in East LA, right around the corner from where you're at.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, not that far at all.
And then I was raised in Palm Desert, the Coachella area.
Oh yeah, we go out there a lot. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I wanted to come on, and I've been watching your show since I went vegan in 2014, and holy crap,
Awesome.
I can't believe I'm on your show right now. And
yeah, this is great. This is the first time I've had so many, viewers guested on. I've had a few, content creators, YouTubers on before, but this is awesome. This is like having a meetup, our meetups that we have down here in Southern California, but having one online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I actually started a vegan channel. It's the same name, Holistic Negev, but I started sharing my story right when I went vegan, and it was mainly for health. And after seeing those two girls that came on who they said they weren't vegan, but they were trying to go vegan, I said to myself, I have to go on and share my story really fast.
Yeah, please do. Share your stories. I munched down some carbs here. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I went vegan in 2014 to heal from depression, and I literally tried everything in the book. And just one day, I ran into your channel, to During Riders, Freely's, Tim Sheaf's, Holy Rockers, all those awesome channels, and I just learned a lot. And I decided to just dive in and try it. And just a couple of months in, I started feeling a lot better. I didn't feel like I needed my medications anymore, and I consulted with my, my professional doctor, and he said, okay, I think you're okay to get off of them for a little bit. And yeah, it's been 2 years, and it's been so amazing. I get to wake up happy every day, and I don't need medications to, pay attention in school. My GPA is at a 3.4. I'm doing pretty good.
Wow. Well, how'd you hear that veganism might be a solution or a cure for depression?
So I've always, so interesting story. You just had a viewer from Mexico. My family's also from Mexico, from Tecate, which is right next to Ensenada.
Yeah,
and
I've been to Tecate too. Yeah, chill. I like it there. It's that beautiful downtown old area.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah. So being raised in a Hispanic family, my mom, she always tried to show us like natural remedies and things like that. And that's obviously one of the first things that I looked into. looking how to heal from depression naturally, and I think randomly just found these videos on YouTube, and I was like, there's got to be something to this,
Yeah, because
So, yeah.
I've never really talked too much about that. Anyone who's like listened to my music, my band knows. I've got a dark side. I've got an emotional, side to me that's not all happy and cheery. So yeah, I get the blues as much as anyone. I think I feel better on plants than I did before. A little more even keeled.
One of the things, though, I think probably the only negative side effect that I came across when I became or transitioned into a vegan diet was that I gained a lot of weight, and there's a big reason to that. The medications that I was on before, for the depression and for the attention deficit disorder, both of those medications caused me to suppress my appetite, basically. And for 2 years, like I went from like 300 pounds down to like 150 in like a year. It was crazy.
Whoa. Oh my God, that can't be healthy.
No, it wasn't. I looked really sick. My family was like, "You look terrible. Like you got to gain some weight." And so I basically found this lifestyle, and I started eating, as much as I wanted. And I knew, basically everybody was telling me on YouTube, like, "Hey, you're gonna gain some weight, but it's okay." And I was like, all right, I'll accept that. I just want to be, mentally healthy, and I want to be okay, and that's all that matters to me. I don't care if I'm a little heavy or if I look heavy. But yeah, I did gain weight, and it's been 2 years now, and it's kind of plateaued, and I'm kind of like, I'm stuck at, I think, 220, 230. I've just been stuck
a lot better than 300, huh?
yeah, I feel a lot better. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. What else to talk about?
Well, thanks for sharing that. No, this is cool. It's cool. I like to hear people's stories, how they got into it, and how their mind and body changed after that.
Yeah, definitely. Your channel is so awesome, and I just love your content, and yeah, just keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Seriously, like I said, put a lot of videos out there, get a lot of praise, but you still get a lot of hate on YouTube. So it's nice to actually hear the positive. Somehow the negative kind of sometimes can stick more than it needs to. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And I guess the last thing I wanted to say was just for people to, my journey sort of started with listening to a lot of the vegan YouTubers, and then most of them, they do point to the professionals like Dr. Esselstyn and, Forks Over Knives, all those doctors. So going into, nutrition and dietetics as a education, that's definitely where I'm going to be putting my focus on, is pointing people to the professionals who know exactly what they're talking about. They know the science, and I feel like that's where we're really pointing people.
We need more vegans getting in dietetics, like Bananiac, pointing people in the right direction. So good, awesome, good for you. All right, cool. We'll see you back here again on YouNow, hopefully in the future.
Alrighty.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I got one more guest I want to go on here. Plant Style had trouble earlier, so let's try to get her on, and let's see what happened. Make guest. Let's see. Trying to make a guest there, Plant Style. If not, it's not letting me click you there, Plant Style. So if you're around, maybe log back out and back in. But if not, I can just have a general chat with the people who have remained here. So it's kind of gone sort of interesting, huh? I just was expecting to have a debate with the vegan Cheetah, and it turned into a whole social night here, talking to all kinds of people. Chill people, not so chill people. What a night. I wasn't expecting it to go down like this. Seriously, it was totally unexpected. So, all right, I see Plant Style. Let me click on your name. Let me see if that'll do any good here. Oh, I think it's working. Okay, I'll have one more guest on here with Plant Style. Then we will chill out. Let's see. Is this going to work?
Hey, hopefully this is going to work.
Oh, I hear you better this time, too. So you must be closer to your Wi-Fi or better cell connection.
No, I switched to my phone, and I've got my headset on, so I made sure it's extra connected. But yes, as I
So
was saying
what were we talking
again,
about? I don't remember what we were talking about an hour
I didn't
ago.
even get to say anything. Like I got cut off when I was saying hi. Nice to
Oh,
finally meet you. I'm
you're
from
welcome.
California too. I'm
No,
actually
we're
on the
at.
Central Coast. I don't Central Coast. You know Monterey County, Monterey, California.
Oh yeah, we live up there. Yeah, full on Pacific
Yeah,
Grove,
that's
Montana.
where I'm
Love
at.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. You
Seaside,
there right now?
Seaside actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
where
know you
I'm
were
at
in
right now.
Seaside yet.
Yeah, I'm Seaside, so
Oh man, the weather has been pretty
represent.
bad.
I know, fucking rain. It was finally a beautiful day today. Finally. That's
Like,
why I'm wearing like short sleeves and stuff. I mean, it was windy, you know, it was like still cold, but fuck it, I'll take the sun. I needed some vitamin D, man.
no, you guys
I
have
was
been getting
feeling
hammered. Central California's been getting
yeah,
hammered. Southern California a little bit, but
yeah,
you guys in Northern California are really bad.
we
So,
got hammered, yeah.
what brought you on? What did you want to say or talk about earlier?
Well, I didn't even know you were guesting Charles. Like I saw that you were on. I saw some, because when I'm on my laptop, like I can see stuff on there. So I saw some of my friends were hanging out. You were live, so I just thought I'd pop in, and then I saw, and I was like, I listened, and I was like, oh, they're actually talking about some real shit because I've been
Oh,
waiting to hear
did
Charles
you
like
get in? You
answer
were there.
those questions.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
I've been
you
waiting for him.
So what'd you think? I should have asked more people. In fact, the people sticking around, we'll get to that when I'm doing plant style here. But what do you think? I didn't even ask him. What did you think of the debate and the questions, the way
I
I
to
handled myself, and how he answered them?
I think you handled it very well, but to be honest, I think Charles was like avoiding answering the questions because he wanted to be politically correct. I felt like he was deflecting rather when you were being straight up and just saying yes or no, answer yes or no. And he's like, well, in my opinion, or I wouldn't do it this way. He was just like avoiding it. Just answer the question, yes or no. It's a
And
very simple
I
thing to
kept
say.
bringing it back. As the answer was I
Yeah,
how was my forcefulness? Was I too hard, just right, a little soft? What do you
no,
think?
no, you were perfectly fine, but I think he was just like I said, trying to be politically correct. He did not want to say anything that was going to ruin his reputation or lose fans or anything like that. I get it, you know. He's doing it for the views and whatnot, so he's got to think about his image on here. So I understand it, you know.
So we
But
think.
when you're
Well, I know a lot of people were really looking forward to Vegan Gains and Charles debating, which I don't think is going to happen. So I thought I'd step in because
yeah,
I know them both. Anyway, what do
hi
you think? Well,
Conrad.
you think people will be are I don't know, vegan? You know, people that were looking forward to the Vegan Gains debate would find this like, agreeable. Like, I didn't, of course I'm not going to call them any bad words or anything like that, but did I you know you think I satisfied the Vegan Gains fans?
No, everything you said was on point. Everything that, it was all good. I just, like you said, I don't know if it's going to happen because I think, Charles just likes to deflect. He doesn't really like to answer questions and he likes to manipulate things just to go back to the point that he's trying to make. And I think the point that everybody in the chat is trying to make, that you cannot just like take a definition and redefine it because you think that's the way it needs to be. I'm sorry, we can't just like go in the dictionary and just start changing things and like, oh, I think it should be this way, and that way, and just like fix things up. No,
Yeah,
I've been vegan, huh?
so that was the main reason why I wanted to debate. And there were several, but the primary one was that definition, that really unique definition that no one else seems to
Yeah.
share.
Yeah. No, I've been vegan for almost 16 years now, and I remember
Wow.
the YouTube scene, and it was nothing like it is now, and it's kind of very disheartening to me to see us like, be so like off topic and just focusing on drama. Like I'm not even in the vegan YouTube anymore. Like it's kind of sad. Like there's a lot of vegan YouTubers that I like, and I just kind of like choose to stay away from the whole scene altogether because it's like it's all like things have been so like clickbaity and it's like you don't even know what you're going to watch anymore. It's like I click on something thinking it's going to be good content and it turns into something else, and then it's like rebuttal video after rebuttal video, and it's like I come on here thinking it's going to be a little bit different and it's turning into this on here too, and it's just like, why are we doing this, you guys? Why are we wasting our time doing this? It's like mainstream media is looking at us like we're crazy, and then people want to say, oh no, it's like, bad publicity is good publicity. No, it's fucking bad, you guys. Like, and then we're doing these umbrella terms and redefining veganism.
Or as people in the comments are saying, it's not redefining, but reinterpreting the definition. But no, I agree with what you say. I agree, because we, as YouTube creators, last year, it's just really a rough year, and it kind of made us like really question, should we keep going on? We're passionate about it, but just getting so much negativity. Don't
stop what you're doing.
So much negativity and hate kind of wears on you after a while. You have to have like a Buddhist mindset to deal with it healthily, I think, or a thick skin, or both. But no, I feel your pain. It's just like gotten so crazy, and that was the primary reason why I was, as I told Conrad earlier, I was strongly considering just like making even just come out announcing on a YouTube video, like, no, I'm not going to call out anyone on YouTube. No, I don't even want to feed into the drama, even into the slightest way, even if it seems like it might help a situation. That's why I step in, but I feel like I might be doing more harm than good, even though I'm always trying to do good. So I don't know where I sit on this issue anymore. I really don't want to make any more videos where I'm calling out someone. I don't know, not that they don't deserve it, but I just don't want to feed drama. I just want to make videos that help people.
No, I totally feel you. And like I said, like that's kind of why I pulled back from the vegan YouTube scene, because I was like starting to feel the stress. Like I was in the comments section, rebuttaling people, trying to correct shit and like make, the message clear. And no, this isn't veganism. What are you talking about? And like, I was just stressing myself out. And I was just like, you know what? I can't waste my time doing this shit. It's not getting anywhere. I'm just getting trolls, like answering my questions. And vegans are not really paying attention. They're focused on the drama. So I pulled out. And then I found YouNow, and I thought it was going to be good. And then just all the drama came over here. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I can't put I really like respect how much dedication and effort and time you guys put into your YouTube channel, like your whole setup. Like, this is your shit. Like, this is your profession. Like, I respect that. I don't got that kind of time. I've got my other career. Like, I just watch it and I enjoy it. But I love YouNow because it's so like easy for me, because I don't have to like edit. I can't do all the editing and stuff, but it gives me a chance to like get my voice out there. And then the live interaction is so freaking awesome, because then you can guess somebody when you have an issue with someone, instead of like waiting for a comment and then like having, misinterpretations because of the chat or whatever. You can guess somebody and like talk to them face to face and squash everything that, is fucking wrong, and misunderstood. So I really appreciate that with the website here, but still misunderstandings happen, and then we've got arguments going on. There's still drama in here. And the way I've kind of handled my channel is, like you said, like, don't quit what you're doing. Just don't address the drama. Keep the drama out of your chat. Block people if you gotta block them.
I'm gonna block someone right now, actually.
Don't be afraid to block. Block somebody. Don't be afraid to block. Yeah, because I've had to do it. Like, I used to be, I'm not a Buddhist, but I am, like, good job. Like, I'm not Buddhist, but I read, all that stuff. So I'm all into, like, giving people the benefit of the doubt and just listening and being a good listener, all that stuff. But when somebody's being, like, fucking disrespectful, and when you've already said, please stop, don't be afraid to block. That's the cool thing about this thing, is you can block people. But, as I was saying, so yeah, like, that's kind of how I've decided to handle my channel, is I'm very upfront with everybody that comes into my streams. I don't do drama. If you guys want to talk about something, or if you have an issue with somebody, take it to their broadcast. You guys duke it out yourselves. Yeah. Don't bring it here. Don't come into my chat telling me about something you saw here and there. Oh, did you see this YouTube video? No, I didn't see it, because I don't waste my time watching drama, and I don't want to hear about it.
That's what I'm trying to tell Eisel. We're not watching all these other YouTubers, him included. It's nothing personal, just so many channels out there, and so much of it is drama now. So why am I and you expected to get pulled into someone else's battle, someone's war, and you have to take one side or the other? It's like, no, that's not why we got into vegan YouTube. That was the last thing on our mind. It was never even entered our equation.
It's fucking animals are dying, and we're arguing with each other.
I know, there's so many people that need to be called out. The dairy industry, all these doctors I'm calling out. I mean, those are real problems, real threats to what's going on. Not if some vegan said another thing that might be offensive, and it might be. I'm not saying it's justified, but that's not my battle. It's someone else's issue. You know, I understand what
I
he's
just,
getting at. Like, if there's slander going on, but still, am I like the police? Am I supposed to come in? Hey, as a YouTube channel,
no.
I have authority to tell you not to slander someone. I mean, I have no jurisdiction in these matters. I mean, you know, it sucks. Yeah, people. That's the thing is, veganism's gotten larger. We've attracted all kinds of vegans now. There's really nice and sweet ones. There's real mean, jerky ones, and everything in between. You know, I can't be the guy who calls everyone out. That would be the only channel type. I have to make a whole new channel where I just call other people out. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
you
glad
know,
you have
and no shade on any of them who do drama. Like, I love Charles. I welcome everybody into my chat. You know, you do your thing on your broadcast. That's fine. You can still come in here, but when you come into mine,
it's your
I got
house.
rules. No drama. Be respectful, or I'll block your ass. Okay?
You have every right to
But
do
I
that.
still love you.
It's your
I
channel.
still love you. You may be blocked, but you're still my friend.
You have the right to create the kind of channel and social media content you want. Yeah, trolls don't have a God-given right to come and poop all over it.
Yeah, and that's like, it's kind of sad. Like, I will admit, when I first came on here, I was repping the vegan hashtag, but lately I haven't been repping the vegan hashtag just because of the drama, just because of the nonstop trolls that come in, just because they see that hashtag. And like you said, when you're talking to Conrad, or no, somebody else, you were saying how, like, when you're doing your channel, like, you don't, or Jan, I think it was Jan, you're saying you don't have to make it like about veganism. You can talk about something else and you'll draw people in. So that's kind of how I've done it. Like, I'm using the girl hashtag. People already see, like, in my definition, it's there, but it comes up no matter what. Like, it's just in the conversation. I don't have to, like, be like hashtag vegan, because then I'm gonna get negative people coming in just trying to troll me just because they know I'm a vegan. So it's like, you can lure people in gently. You don't need to create these umbrella terms and 50 Shades of Grey, like fucking taking shit from a movie. Like, this isn't a fucking movie. This is real life. Veganism is an important message. We shouldn't be redefining it and making our own little thing because we want to lure in the meat eaters. The meat eaters are going to come when they're fucking ready, okay? You cannot force veganism onto people. You cannot manipulate the definition just to get more people in. Like, even with my son, I didn't force him to be vegan. He chose to be vegan. And by him choosing, he's going to be a stronger, more confident vegan. I don't need to redefine it. I don't need to, like, twist a story to make him think, like, oh, it's good. Because if it's that way, he's going to find out the truth. And then he's going to be like, what the fuck? This isn't what I was told. And then he's not going to be on board with that. Like, just let people be vegan when they're ready to be vegan. And you be vegan. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
Awesome. You guys gotta subscribe.
I've been vegan for a long time, you guys. I'm not a fucking expert, but I've been dealing with this shit for a long time, and I've been back and forth, like trying to figure out shit in my head.
Make sure everyone follows
this umbrella
term.
This shit is fucking stupid.
Are you Plant Style on YouTube and YouNow?
Yes, I'm Plant Style on YouTube. My YouTube content, like I said, it's a lot of time to edit videos. I do have all of my YouNow streams on there, but they're not uploaded. But I am full-fledged on YouNow. YouNow is my thing. Okay, so you guys can see me every day on here. I do cooking, we do real talk, we have fun, singing, working on dancing, working on guitars. I go to the beach, I take people out in nature. Like, we go out to a restaurant, I take people to restaurants with me. Like, this is the lifestyle. Vegan is a lifestyle. You gotta show people more than one way to be vegan. Like, people are saying, oh, you can't be vegan like being I'm a single mom. How am I going to be vegan being a single mom? Oh, well, watch me. Watch me do it, you guys. You can watch me every single day. I'm doing it. Okay? It's not hard. We don't need to create these umbrella terms to, like, bring people in. Just show people how to be vegan their way, and they'll be fine. They'll be just fine.
Well, hopefully you picked up a bunch of new followers and fans tonight.
I hope so. I hope so, you guys.
And people love.
I'm trying to spread the positive message, and I love what you and Angie do, Ryan. You guys are great. I know it's disheartening and stressful, the drama. It's gotten to me a couple times. I'm real on broadcast. I've cried in front of my people on here, my family. I like to say family. I don't like to say fans. I'm my fam. So, but yeah, I be real up in here. It's like, you got to do that. You cannot hide the reality and the stress of being vegan. It's stressful to be vegan, but you have to go through that shit, and you have to come back to being positive and showing that, because the only way you can overcome, like, the negativity in this world is with love and positivity. That's the only way. Because when you fight negativity with negativity, it just starts this shit. What we're dealing with drama, nonstop drama. It's not going to work. We have to do it a different way.
Oh, a couple of people asked you to like just say like something in the chat so they'll see your name and they could follow you. Just you could just say hi or anything
it's plant
you want.
Style. It's just plant style.
Okay.
It's plant style, you guys. Here, I'll type right here. Hey.
Okay, because a lot of people are following you, so yeah, you're gonna get a lot of new people here, hopefully.
Oh my God. I thought I was gonna reach 1K by April Fools, but it looks like I'm gonna get to 1K by next week.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my broadcast too.
Yeah, I'll be looking around for you. I'll click your name on right now too. Before
thank you.
Go away
thank you
here.
so much.
Well, you've already scrolled up, I think. I'll find. I know plant style. I'm not gonna figure your
It's
name.
getting hot. I got the heater on. I shouldn't have it on.
Well, thanks for coming in and sharing
Yes,
everything
thank you
with us.
so
Much
much.
appreciated.
I've been wanting to say this. I'm so glad you guessed it with Charles and we talked about this because this has been itching under my skin like some fucking bed bugs, yo. Like this vegan umbrella term is pissing me the fuck off. So thank you so much for letting me come and guest. I really do
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Anytime. I'll see you around you now for sure.
Yeah. Come visit Monterey, okay?
Love it up there. All right, take care.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. So I've seen a few people in the comments like, yeah, can I upload the stream? Did anyone record the debate? Yeah, this whole broadcast, I have it. It's recorded automatically to my YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is download the whole thing, and I'm gonna edit out the 1 hour ish I was on with Charles and just upload that as a debate. That's my plan. So stay tuned. I'm not sure exactly how soon I'll get to that. Depends what I do this weekend. So yeah, look for that probably sometime early next week. So if you want to see the entire debate. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, don't worry about having to record this. I have it handled. So anyway, I guess I should go soon. I've been on for 3 hours. Angie's probably tripping. But before I go, maybe you guys can just shout out around the same time. Let me know, if you've been on the whole time, what you thought of the debate with me and Cheetah. Like the questions I was asking plant style. How did I handle it? Or, was I tough enough? Was I too chill? Did I ask... Was I like an attorney, just sticking to the questions, making sure they didn't dodge the issue, and just stayed focused on trying to get to the truth of the matter there? So let me know if you guys thought, yeah, did I make any progress with him? Good question. That's the hope, right? Like I said, if you use diplomacy, who knows what can happen? If you just kick someone in the nuts or hide under a rock, not much will probably happen. I was valid like salad. I did a chill and collected. Great job. Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Star Chrissy. Yeah, I tried to have a nice balance of being tough, but tough with rationality rather than tough with name calling or negativity or something like that. Just tough being on point, using just, rational thought. Mr. Spock, just Mr. Spock is the model there. Cool, Wendy. I'm glad. I accept what Charles's point is saying. I just want, we just disagree on some things, but it's all good. All right, Resident Evil, we'll try to stream more often. You guys know I'm usually around here on Tuesday evenings around 7:45 Pacific time. I come on for about an hour 15 at 7:45 Pacific time, and it's just part of my Tuesday flow. I have it built into every Tuesday, so look around for that. Randy, I guess I could be your dad. I'll make a web app for that to get some applications. No, I'm just joking, guys. So anyway, I would stream all night, but no, I'm speaking Cheetah's forte there. This is a marathon for me. 3 hours. Whoa, I'm pooped. So anyway, guys, I love it. This is a fun. I'm glad I this worked out. I'm glad I thought to do the debate, and Cheetah was agreeable with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go be with my girl, as Davison wisely knows, and as Jenny Sherry knows. Yeah, we just should say bye and thanks for becoming fans, guys. And yeah, look for me Tuesday night, and who knows when I'll be on next. So as always, much love. Thank you. Good night.